Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
It's all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. Ba'ashem meaning in the name, and Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. Also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and peace and mercy to the hopeful egg preachers word to sincerity. We the brothers in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp with another week to prophesy the downfall of Babylon, which is America, right? This is that place that spiritually came in that same stand that's at the top of all kingdoms in its last days. That's gonna fall pretty soon, man. And we're seeing all the signs that this place is about to be fucking swept out the way.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is from the book of, Matthew? This is from the book of Matthew, chapter 16. And I'm going to start at verse 1. And so it says the Pharisees also, it says the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting, desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering.
See? So people can obviously look at the weather and know, hey, maybe I need to go get an umbrella. You can wake up in the morning and see it. In Arizona, at least you can wake up in the morning. If you don't see a cloud, oh, it's about to be hot as fuck today.
Yep.
Right? But the people don't apply the same wisdom or the same understanding to the time of the age that you're in.
Yep.
That's important, man. But people rather love to walk on in blindness and bullshit. Right? Go ahead, bro.
Come on, because people truly, people only go off of what they can see, man.
Yep.
You know, what the scriptures say that to be carnally minded is death. You know, it says.
This real quick. Temple. Just grab me 2 Corinthians 4 and 18.
This?
Yeah, hold that. This is
4 and 18.
This is 2 Corinthians 4, verse 18. It says, it reads, so while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not.
The things that you see right now, like the brother was pointing out, the shit that only your eye can see, that's just only for a moment, right? People get swept away in celebrities, delicate goods of this world, right? Whether or not they're going to be able to sit here and see a boxing fight, see a football game, a basketball game. People get caught up in that shit, man. All those things are temporal. They're here today and gone tomorrow, right?
Go ahead, bro. Finish it off. Start it back from the top. It says, 2 Corinthians 4:18. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal,
Yep.
but the things which are not seen are eternal.
See, what are the things that are not seen? The stuff that these people try not to put their eyes on, man. The things that you got to see in the spirit to understand. And we're in the days where you got to have the mindset and the eyes to see the things in the spirit, because it's about to get ultra fucking crucial, right? Go ahead.
That word for temporal is proskairos, and it says for a season, enduring only for a while, or temporary. The scriptures say that the fashion of this world shall pass away. So everything in this like manner, likened after the world, right, which is wicked, is going to pass away. So that's why it's not good. I mean, putting your all into it can be a bad investment, man. And it's really carnal that you'll do that, because then you seek nothing to come. And then what happens when that beast of my destruction comes and all your shit is wiped away with it, including you? So what do you think you should put your faith in, right? What do you think you should walk? You should walk in the ways of the Lord, man. So therefore, you might receive salvation, because we don't know. I don't know, right? But I think we're probably better off than the 2/3, man, out here doing bullshit, man.
I got this quick one. This is Proverbs 29 and 18, and I'll read it in the NLT at the KJV. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. And the NLT kind of simplifies it. Verse 18, it says, when people do not accept divine guidance, they run wild. But whoever obeys the law is joyful. And ultimately, that's what people are doing in these latter days, man. They're not using the grace that the Heavenly Father has given through His Son Yahushua to seek after Him, man. They're seeking after the world. They're seeking after, like the brother said, a sinking ship, man. Something that, if they had the vision, man, if they understood the prophecy, they would steer away from from those things, man. And they will come and seek the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which is the only thing that's going to separate you from life or death, man. These decisions that people are making in these latter days is going to be very detrimental to whether you be saved or not, man. Most of the world, they're going to perish, man, because they love the things of the world, man. They are of the world, That's in Proverbs 9 and 2. 9 and 2? 10.
It says in the book of 2nd Ezra, man, I forgot the chapter, but it says to flee the shadow of this world, man. And so the shadow is talking about the dark ways, man. Okay, because the ways of this world, it's not shit, bro. All leads to death, man. And so by us, preaching this word, man, we're calling people to the light, man. All right. Because this is the light that shines in the dark place, man. All right.
But the scriptures say that they hate the light.
Yeah.
They don't want their, because what the scriptures say, because their evil deeds shall be revealed, man. Because that's what this truth does. It puts a spotlight on you and everything that you are. And if you are of the elect, man, the Lord's going to give you the means to correct yourself and change your path into a more righteous path, man.
Precept.
This is Proverbs 5. Let me just get to the point. It says, and thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed.
Proverbs 9 and 2.
This is my precept. This is Proverbs 5 and 11. It says, and thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof. I'm going to read it in NIV. It says, at the end of your life you will groan when your flesh and body are spent. You will say, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I will not obey my teachers or turn my ears to instructors. Right? So that's what happens when you this is obviously going into, not just an adulterous woman, but these other philosophies which leads you into the path of death anyway, right? And leads you back into the world. But at the end, you're going to say, damn, how did I hate instruction? Right? How did I hate righteousness, man? Because at the end, that's going to be the only thing that you have to stand on, man. Is what did I do right? What did I do for the Lord, man? What did I do? Okay, I understand I was an Israelite, right? But did I go out to the highways and byways and teach? Did I put my life on the line? Did I, sacrifice time? Because time is the most expensive thing that you can't buy time, man. So how much time did I give the Lord? Did I do what I was supposed to do? Right? And if you did, then you could stand firm. But if you didn't, then you're gonna waver, man, and really be left out there if you're not part of the elect.
Because you put time into something, you're putting faith into it, bro.
Right.
Because the time you put into something is a reflection of how much faith you have in it, man. If you put complete trust in something, man, you're gonna be about that thing. And that's ultimately what the Lord is seeking in these latter days. Yahweh said, what? Shall I find faith on the earth? Get that? This is the book of Proverbs 9, and I'll start at 9, bro. It's a little bit in there. It says, give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
So read that again.
From the top. This is Proverbs 9 and 9. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach.
And that's what we're trying to do. Give instruction to wise men. Because we're not out here for everybody. Contrary to Christian belief that we're, the prophets and men of the Lord were here to set up to save everybody. Nah, we out here for an elect number, right? So we giving this word unto wise men, right? Go ahead, bro.
Okay, scripture say we endure all things for the elect's sake.
Yep, that's right.
So it says, and he will be yet wiser.
Mm-hmm.
Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning.
Yep.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
And the knowledge of the holy is understanding, and that's what people lack here, right? They lack the knowledge of the holy, man. We're in the most satanic generation that there is, man. This is that wicked generation right now. You see it. You got something to say?
Yeah, because right here in the NLT it says, knowledge of the Holy One results in good judgment. So now we're receiving the instruction on how to properly live in this wicked society, man. You know, what decisions to take when the MOTV is presented to us.
Yeah.
What to do when problems arise within the brethren, man. Now we seek after the scriptures and we give proper counsel based upon what we're learning, man. See, we're not using the wisdom of the world or the wisdom that Esau gave us, man. We're actually applying what we're learning and abiding by it, man. You know?
So when you get this understanding, man, you start trying the words of the Lord, man. You start applying them, you be like, man, you know, that worked out well.
And God, because people in the world, bro, they always go off of their feelings, man.
Yep.
You know? So when you do that, man, it always results, in a, in some type of fight or something, man. You know? Or something that had a simple solution, but since they went off of their feelings, now it's just destroyed, man.
Yeah. Now that the knowledge of the Lord is back in this world, right, to the men that he set up, even though these people don't see us as the men of the Lord, what? Now people are learning the right way. People are changing their whole lives, man. You got the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is in everybody's mouth, man. Right? Even the ones that try to sit here and call on Yahweh and everything, they know the name of the Lord is Yahushua. They've heard it. They just try to refuse it, man. Right? But this is the knowledge and the understanding of the holy is what? Right? That's going to be the understanding of it, and that's what you need in these last days, because the type of situations that are going to arise, man, if you fucking walk on emotion, you're going to fall, man.
Hey, you're not going to know the repercussions of what your decisions are entail, man.
Yep.
You know, if you're not into this truth or into the Bible, man, then how do you know what the MOTB is, and if you take it, what the punishment for doing so is, man?
Yep.
You know, you're gonna be a fool, man. You're gonna be out there, like brothers always say, with like a chicken with his head cut off. You know, not knowing what the hell's going on around you.
Yep.
You know, Matthew prophesied, the book of Matthew, Yahweh said what? And the nation shall be filled with perplexity, which is a condition of confusion, man. You know, and that's ultimately all these people living around us, man. They're fucking confused. They don't know what the fuck's going on, man, but we do, because we have that light, you know?
Yeah.
Quick one, man. This is Psalms chapter 119. And I'm gonna start at verse 104 with the point being in verse 105. It says, through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. Thy word is
that's why brothers are so stiff out here like this, man. Through the precepts, we got the understanding. We lived the false way before, man. We understand it. We know the way of a nigga. We know the way of the so-called average, so-called Chicano mindset. That shit it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. It's based on emotion. It's based on false security and false fucking unity, right? So what did it promote? Lies, deception, deceits, right? Weaken friendships and relationships, man. What? But through the Lord's precepts, we hate every false way. So those ways we push to the side, man. Because we saw that they didn't benefit anything. That's the beautiful thing about coming to the Lord, man. You see what really benefits. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 105. It says,
You good, bro?
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Look, see, so this is how we guide ourselves, man. You know, with this word, man. Okay, that's the best way to guide yourself, man. You know? That's it, man.
It says, knowledge and wisdom are the ways of instruction, right? Instruction is the way of life. That's what the scripture says, right? Instructions are the way of life. Well, the words of the Lord are all instruction, man. This is how you're supposed to eat. This is how you're not supposed to eat. You can touch these things. You shouldn't touch these things when this happens, right? This is when you can get a woman. Don't touch a woman if she got this going on, right? The Lord, these are all knowledge of wisdom, man. This is all how you're supposed to operate. But people have pushed those things to the side to where they have no inkling of faith and righteousness, man. Because the average person feels in their spirit that, man, this might be the end of days. I was talking to somebody at work about that. She was telling me something about her family having a whole bunch of arguments and shit like that. They not even really agreeing together. I was like, let me ask you, because she tries to act like she's spiritual. All right, so let me ask you, right? Do you feel like you might be in the end of days? And she's like, yeah. Well, if you know that, and the scriptures tell you, a man's enemy should be they in their own household. Why is it confusing to you that these things are happening? Right? And she didn't really have a real answer because what? In her mind, she didn't really believe. Because if you really believe, that understanding would automatically be applied somewhere, man. At some point, you'd be like, well, shit, man, this is what I believed in. It was going to happen. It might hurt knowing that, damn, this is how your family got to go out. But still, you understand those things. Right? Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalms 32:5. I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and my iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgivest the iniquity of my sin. Selah. For this shall every one that is godly pray unto thee in a time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters, they shall not come nigh unto him. You see, and that's what we're putting our trust in, man. That's what we're calling on the Heavenly Father right now while he may be found. You see, because there's a time coming when the Lord's just going to turn their back on the whole world, man, and bring that judgment to them. You see, so it says, thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Selah. And that's what isn't that what we're preaching? Songs of deliverance, man, telling you that, hey, deliverance is for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. That the condition that we're in isn't an everlasting condition, man. That there's an end to that.
Yeah.
You know, and we're in the midst of the end of our captivity and the beginning of it that followeth, which is what? Rulership, man. You know. So it says right here. I'll finish it out. It says, verse 8. This is the point. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. And that's the Heavenly Father, man. You know, the Lord's going to guide us, man, in these evil days on what to do and what not to do. You know, while the rest of the world is being what? Guided by the system, man.
Yep.
That beast system, that's what's guiding most of these jakes out here, man. The money, you know, everything that comes that's tied to the system. You know, which is basically everything in this society, man.
And look what it's produced. I was talking to my woman, her sisters, man. He's in the education system, and he's trying to do his whole thing politically. And he was basically, I was asking him, so you know, you're doing all this. Well, how are you gonna deal with the whole transformer question when it comes up? And he said he's already out. Had to fucking deal with it. They were trying to put him in some big position to where he would have had to promote it. And he was like, nah, I'm good. Because that thing happens. But in the high schools, he's sitting there saying, parents is literally taking their kids to school, explaining to them their process, explaining to the principal the process of taping down boobs and shit.
So that's what schools now.
With duct tape.
It's just a promotion of LGBT and shit.
Bro, he told me that story. I was like, what the fuck? How's that not child abuse? You over here taking your kids to school every day and giving them a roll of duct tape and saying, let's seal this shit up so nobody knows you're a girl. It's wild, bro. This world is going after Satan, and they're going far left, bro. Far fucking left. I'm listening to his stories and I'm like, golly, bro. It's bad, bro.
It's real bad.
The worst it's ever been. Like, this is the worst it's ever been, but it got a destruction like no other.
Yeah.
Because scriptures prophesied 200 million missiles, and you'd be like, well, that's a lot of missiles, but look at the wickedness that it's like, it's yearning after wickedness. It's like, it's the society it's I can't even explain it, man. It's like, if they're not doing anything wicked, it's not a day.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how wicked can we be for today?
They sleep
And then let's outdo it tomorrow. And then let's outdo that the next day. And then let's get wicked by the fucking day. And eventually it's gonna be by the hour, then the destruction's gonna be.
I got one. This is Revelation 18 and 3. Well, I'll start at 2. And he cried with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. Is fallen, is become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit.
That's what this place is. It's because this place is falling in morals. This place is falling economically. This place is falling in just the family structure in general, man. So what is here? Every foul spirit and all types of devils, man. It's mad too, because I saw a picture that Elder Yashawamba put up on his little post that he does, and it said on there, when you understand that their God is a transformer, then it starts to all make sense. And it's like, bro, yeah, they had the Baphomet doing the little sign, moves and shit. You can tell it had a man's body as well. You can tell that shit is a damn transformer. And what do? They promote and protect that shit so heavy. Even to the point now where they sit here and try to fucking crucify you for saying a woman doesn't have a period. Not a woman, but a man can't have a period. So they're sitting here and trying to say, oh yeah, transformer men can't have fucking periods. No, they can't. That's not the way the Lord made it up. But these people have gone in the way of saying it. Go ahead, bro.
And ultimately, that's where the Lord's gonna make this a habitation of literally, foul animals and foul creatures, man.
Yeah.
Where no human's ever gonna go in the lands of America, man.
Yeah.
No one's ever gonna build this place back up. It's gonna be an everlasting memorial of the Lord's judgment on a wicked society. So I'll continue. It says, verse 3: For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And it was funny. I was watching a TikTok, bro, of this, I guess a Jake from here. He went to different parts of the world, right? And he was asking typical questions that you would ask an American here, like going into how many genders there is. That was the question that was being asked. And they tripped out on it, like they were like kind of like dumbfounded on why he was asking them that. And
I think I saw that.
all the response were like, well, male or female, but they did it in a way where like,
might do, right?
I think it was a Jake, if I'm not mistaken. And basically he kind of summed up what America is, man. What we always say, that's how you know this is Babylon. That's how you know right here what it says: for all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. You see, because now all the nations are drinking off the wine, man.
Yeah.
The genders, the LGBTs, it's becoming a global phenomenon. Where now the whole world's practicing after this thing, man.
And why do you think in these nations? Why do you think that these other nations are starting to fight against us so vehemently, giving out death penalties for the shit now? Why? Because they're trying to fight against that beast.
Killing them.
Right? They sitting over there, Nigeria. We gonna put your ass. Let us find you. Let us find you.
You put you to death.
Hey, well, Uganda got economically hit because of that law that they passed, where you're basically killing you if you're a sodomite, man.
Yeah.
I think they got the WEF came in and they're basically not giving them out loans so that they could build up their country, man. So that just shows you, if you don't go to sleep with the whore, you're gonna get X'd out from the whole system.
Hey, that's why if they'll do it to countries, what makes you think they won't do it to you celebrities?
Exactly.
And it's cold too because they already knew what was going to happen. They knew they were going to. They know the WEF and the World IMF. They knew the IMF was going to put those things on. Why do you think they've been making all those ties in the first place, man? Because they've been trying to sit here. They already have the mindset to set up their infrastructure.
It's already there, bro.
It's already there. They have the oil. They have the resources. They're kicking out the nations that were trying to take the resources, right? Going into the uranium that's in Niger, right? They already have the uranium. They're already building up the plants. They already got grain deals and fucking with Russia so they can make sure that they eat. And that shit's coming free. So it's like the money that they're losing from the loans is already made up.
And Russia's making friends with everybody. If you see that, Russia's making friends with a lot of people, man. But the scriptures go and tell you that the beast shall hit the war. Which Russia's not a part of the beast, but Russia's going to be one of the major factors, right, in bombing this place, man. But those other nations, which are a part of the beast, are going to just go shoot missiles upon America. It's the whore, man. It's the whore. The brothers got the scripture. These other nations drunk in the wrath. Drunk in the fornication. You got could be like maybe a Jake. I don't know if she was or not, but she like a light skinned. She was mixed with like Mexican and black, right? And she can't. She's like, oh, where you from? She's like, I'm from. She looks foreign. I'm like, where you from? She's like, I'm from Israel. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. I was like, but I looked at her. She had the fake boobs, the fake lips, the fake ass, right? Her and her sister. And I was like, well, what's the main difference between America and Israel? She was like, well, in Israel, you know, we can't do certain things that we can't get away with certain things that we can get away with here in America. I said, like, what? She's like, well, I mean,
Yeah, they got Pink City.
yeah, they got pink cities and shit. But she was like, well, out here it's like I can be free, I can be a hoe, I can do all this shit. Out there I can't really do that like that without being looked down upon or being shamed. It's not really normalized yet out there. So that goes to show you that, but it's getting normalized, like the brothers mentioned, the pink cities. Right? They sipping on it. What you think that's going into? Homosexuality, man. How is homosexuality in the land? And you people call yourself the true people? How? Goes to show you that you're not the true people.
I'll finish this real quick. And it says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right? And that's going into the destruction, man. That's when we're going to really come out of here, right? But you do have to start coming out of this place within your actions, within your mindset, what you allow, right? Because too many people allow too many things, and that's the fucking issue. Too much shit has been allowed. So what the Lord is about to do, he's about to shut this shit down. They all about to be in a bunch of hell. And it's only deserved, man. People are put off the Lord for too much shit. Right?
The scriptures say that the name of the Lord is continually blasphemed day to day, man. You know, and the word, one of the brothers broke that down, was like, not that they're saying F this or F that. The actions that the people are taking, man, it's a direct transgression against the Heavenly Father and His laws, man. You see, so that's why right here, if I may finish, it says Revelation 18:5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. You see, so the Lord has not forgotten, man. Everything's being recorded by the angels, man. Everything that Esau has done to our people, and everything that he continues to do, man. You know, all the evil that we talk about on a day-to-day basis, man. You know, the child trafficking, the sex trafficking, the slavery, you know, the food poisoning, water poisoning, you know, the chemical warfare that he's waging on our people, man, through food, through social media, through music. Come on, man.
Sewer system, pumping the food with estrogen products,
Atrazine, what do you call it, adrenal suppressants.
Feminizing the man. Right? And I saw a video yesterday. I don't think I sent it to you, brothers, but they had this man. It was like, you know, soy milk is contained. It's linked to making men have high estrogen levels, I guess. Right? And the dude was like, I've been drinking soy milk my whole life.
Man.
How is it? Tell me what's the proof of that is demasculating me? And the dude had somebody in the comments was like, nigga, you the proof. Because his voice, he sounded like a woman. He was moving his head when he was talking like he was really effeminate, man. And people was in the comments, he was zesty, right? And the people in the comments was like, nigga, you the proof. Right? You yelling at the camera, but you the proof. Yeah. You know, and it goes to show you that they're doing this shit.
Oh, these devils know how important testosterone is.
Man.
How important having human growth hormone, which is one of the products that mixed with testosterone that makes you get big, helps you prepare, right? Helps you gain that new muscle. Right? These devils know those things. This is why they pump the water with all this shit, man. Atrazine, which was one of the chemicals that they use, the main chemicals that they use in fertilizer in America, right? That shit's all throughout the fucking water, and they already know that it causes what? Super increase in estrogen, right? Decrease in how do you call it? Cognitive function. But there's another hormone that it affects that basically gives you that dopamine, right? When you don't have enough dopamine, it causes prolactin to go up. Dopamine is a prolactin inhibitor, and prolactin, if your prolactin's too high, your testosterone drops.
You get stressed.
So you get stressed. Why do you think people are killing themselves in vast numbers now? Off of suicide and shit, depression.
Because the testosterone controls your stress levels too, man. When you got enough testosterone in your system, you're not as stressed as you would if you did it.
Right. Well, if you don't have testosterone, people with lack of testosterone, they usually addicts, man, because it's linked to depression, right? It's linked to you doing so because you don't feel like working, you don't feel like working out. You can't pop. You tired. You can't pop your woman. You can't pop your woman. You can't. You're decreased fully as a man. Testosterone is gonna make you
drive,
nothing.
everything that you know, and it ends up fucking with your mind because a lot of people know, right? They'll know, like, this with me. I don't sleep in like this type of shit. That shit starts to get to them because they know they got goals and shit they want to hit. But then if they can't figure out why they can't fucking do it, they don't have the energy to do it. That shit fucking, that gets to you, bro. That mental fog. Yeah, that mental fog, that lack of energy, knowing damn well you're doing a task, it ain't hard, right? But Esau made this environment. He fashioned this environment to get this type of result. Effeminate ass men, ultra masculine ass women, right? And these women all, bro, fucking vaginal cancer is up, right? Vaginal cancer is up, man. Reproductive cancer is up because estrogen is too high in a woman. They get fibroids. Those fibroids turn into cancer, right? These things are up for a reason. This devil made this in this society to give these people a problem to look to him for the fucking solution because he wants to be the God, right? Give me there's one in go ahead, brother. There's one in Daniel's that says he shall impute this unto his gods.
I got this one in Daniel too. This is Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hands unto a time and the times and the dividing of the time. Yeah. You know, and ultimately that's what happened. That's what we're under. You know, we're under the rule of the basis of man. And like it says right here, he shall wear out the saints, man. And how is he doing that? By all the things that we're going into, you know? Primarily that food system, man. Hey, that's why Ezekiel, he prophesied what? You shall eat your food defiled among the heathen, man. Hey, Yahushua himself say, hey, you should drink poison and live, man. You know, what does that go into, man? He was prophesying of the condition that we were going to find ourselves in these latter days, yeah. You know, which is, hey, man, this is the fucking the worst possible existence we ever lived in, man. You know, prior to the 90s, you still had, prior to the 2000s, you still had fucking organic food, man. It was still kind of fucked up, but it's not as fucked up as it is now, man. Where they did that research where an apple back in the day, or an organic apple, has over 900 times more nutrients than one of these GMO apples and shit, bro. So it's like, you can't get that shit, man. You can't get that real organic food. You get that made up organic or that label organic, man. But it really isn't.
Yeah, bro, the world is the most overfed right now. It has the most malnourished. But don't correlate, man. How you gonna be able to stuff yourself to the full multiple times a day and still be malnourished? That is fucking wrong, man. This devil is really fucking throwing shit up.
GMO and high sugar.
When you go to different parts, like if you go to Mexico, man, and you have the meat out there, the meat tastes different.
Yeah, it do.
You know, it fills you up. You don't feel all groggy and shit, man. You know, because the meat doesn't have all that fucking what do they call that? The shit that makes the hormones, that shit that makes it grow.
Antibiotics.
Well, they say that fucking chicken used to take 6 months to grow, bro. Now it's only taking them 8 weeks to fully grow into eatable fucking chicken, man. You know?
Fucking wild, man. This was what life was supposed to be like, though.
This is from the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, and verse 10. It says, and they shall scoff. It says, and they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorn. And the princes shall be a scorn unto them. They shall.
And that's what Esau's been doing. He's been scoffing at kings, right? Under Trump, that was the time where that shit was at its height. Right now, what are they doing? They're going to all these other nations, telling them, nah, you gotta include Moes, you gotta include Transformers. Everybody should have a right to live how they want, right? They're telling people, oh, even if it's your culture not to allow these things, you need to start promoting them, right?
He was more stout than his fellow.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You going to somebody else's house, tell them, make me a motherfucking sandwich. Nigga, what? And that's what these countries are saying. They're saying, nigga, what? They really doing it, man. And we're in a time where that shit's gonna intensify. Go ahead, bro.
It says, they shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing.
And he's passing over, man. He's offending greatly in the earth, bro. Right? You see the shit that this devil's promoting everywhere, man. The woman of the year, a fucking man. The Miss America, a fucking man. Right? Bro, pretty soon it's gonna be Miss Universe, a fucking man. Right? You got the greatest female boxer is about to be a fucking man.
Hey, I heard for the woman of the year, I think it was Chris. What's his name? Chris Jenner.
Yeah,
Chris Jenner.
Yeah.
I think Bruce. Yeah. I heard that they made him do that because he got into a car wreck and killed somebody, and he didn't want to do any like legal things. Like he didn't want to go to jail. I heard this, and they was like, well, you're gonna have to submit to what we want you to do. You know, and we're gonna give you a bag behind it. And
Yeah, at one point that nigga was the man's man, bro.
Yeah.
He was the Wheaties man.
Yeah.
He was killing it.
And it was like, well, you're gonna have to be a woman, man. And that's exactly, he took the bag and became Chris.
That nigga we could have cut it in jail.
Hell
It's
no.
probably high as fuck. He probably do this the whole way.
Yep.
Right?
It says, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing this his power unto his God.
And that's what they're doing right now. Why do you think right now they're automatically sitting there telling everybody about Satanism? Having Satanist clubs in elementary schools.
That's wild.
Isn't it supposed to be a separation between religion and state?
Mm-hmm.
So how the fuck is that being promoted? Because what? They're right now openly proclaiming who their God is, and they're trying to get everybody down with it.
Hey, you'll get sued. Like there was this company that I guess had a forced Bible prayer circle, whatever they had. They got sued for some money, man, and they had to pay out.
Yep.
That's something, like the brother say, that just shows you where we at in society. Isaiah 5:20, right? It says they call evil good and good evil.
Good evil. No, it also goes into it's also showing that they're showing their true colors. Meaning what? This place was never built on what they were so-called Christianity. It was always built on basically Satanism.
Well, their religion is for money purposes. And for their philosophies and the things that, well, their supremacy really. That's their religion is not. Anytime the so-called white man give you religion or give you any type of, if you notice, give you any type of doctrine, it's really for his cause and really for his supremacy, man. Because just the evidence, I mean, if you go in the scriptures, you're not going to see anything as far as his images in the scriptures, right? But they'll take this Bible and say, hey, it's talking about them, right? They'll take the true biblical Israelites out the land and say, hey, you know what? Put the Amalekites in there. These are the true people, right? So which goes to show you that not only are they blaspheming the Lord, but they don't fear the Lord.
There you go.
They don't fear the Lord because they think they're above the Lord, man. This is why they think that they could go throughout the earth and snatch people and do all this shit because they're really monsters, man. You know, but in due time, he's gonna fall. He's gonna fall. But anytime they give you a philosophy or anytime they give you a rule or take a book, it's really for their supremacy, man. Anytime they give you religion, it's really for their supremacy, man, because they don't give you the truth about that so-called religion. They don't give you the truth about what's in the scriptures.
Yep.
Like it says in Maccabees, they changed the likeness of their images, man. Why would they do that if it wasn't for their supremacy?
And
Hey, my bad, brother. John, what is that? John 10. It says, "A thief cometh not but to steal,
Kill, and destroy."
Back to what the brother said.
and people never go into the history of anything, bro. All these holidays, people are just people keep it because their parents taught them, that it's a good and joyful time. A tradition, right? But go into the history of these things, man, and you'll see, man, truth. But truly, man, people don't want to see it. Because it's people's happy time, man. It's their time of peace, right? Their small bit of time to be happy / stress free. Like Thanksgiving, man. Oh, the whole family's coming. Oh, yay. But then they're all together and they fight each other, man.
Argue about shit that happened 20 years ago.
Exactly. Are you still the same?
You still owe me $50.
Yeah, right.
God damn,
Jump
nigga,
over
you done
50
got
bucks,
income
man.
tax like 15 times since then. The fuck? How many times you been at the house since then? Nigga, drop it.
Replace the tree.
Yeah, god damn, bro. I just fixed you a plate.
He just made you a plate.
That's gotta at least be $20.
Hey. So, people fight their own families, you know, about the smallest shit, but about the big things, they turn a blind eye to, man. So, you know, that's the book of Hosea, chapter 4, and verse 6, man. People are destroyed, you know, our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge because they don't look into anything, and they don't, you know, they don't stand up for anything, you know, and our people have basically cut off all morals, man.
Yep.
Just don't give a shit about anything, man.
And not understanding, even going to James 4:4, what does it say? Friendship of the world is enmity with God.
This is 2 Peter 3:5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that was then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But keep on. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment.
And people are willingly ignorant of this fact, man. That the Lord created all this stuff, man. So they don't want to look, right? They'd rather have somebody else be a fucking expert for them. This is why Esau, for years now, probably since about 2010, 2012, they were always bringing on experts on TV, right? On TV, it'd be regular TV shows, right? This is why they had that show, Doctors. They were basically conditioning people into just trusting whatever the fuck they heard somebody else that had an inkling of having some type of esteem in this world as an expert. So they could just get all their information from them without having to do any research themselves. So right now, they're falling in that same mode, and they don't want to look into anything. They don't want to understand anything. They want you to give it to them quick. So every time somebody comes out here, it used to be, right? They'd be like, I don't have that much time. What are you guys talking about? Well, what was the message? Since you don't have that much time, just keep going, bro. You need to make some time. But the Lord is about to destroy this world with the ignorant niggas in it. Give me that one, bro.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22. It says, moreover, this was not enough for them that they erred in the knowledge.
You see, it wasn't enough for these niggas that they erred in the way of the Lord. That they erred in the fact that how you're supposed to operate. Right? Niggas want to go even further, man. Every time you look up, it's something else, man. These niggas turned the fucking white folding chair into a fucking idol. They started looking at that like at salvation, like it wasn't the Lord that decided to battle that day, man. Because them niggas could have easily been fucking beat down by Esau. That could have been a gun that came out from them cars and pop, 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 the niggas gone. But the Lord is the one that decided to battle that day. But niggas want to puff up a chair like it did the work. Right? What did the Lord say? Hey, shall the axe boast itself against him that he was there with? But niggas sat there and fucking boasted the axe like somebody didn't swing it.
And their prophecy basically unfolded, man, and they don't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But we see what that was, man. We
Yeah.
understand why that happened. You know, that's, like your brother said, it's scriptural, man. And pretty soon there's gonna be a lot of those situations throughout America, man. You know?
Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22 says, moreover, this was not enough for them that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they lived in a great war of ignorance.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we're talking about, right? These niggas live in that real fucking dark, sunken place of ignorance, man. They don't know shit. They don't want to know shit. They don't want to do the work to know some shit, right? They want you to just give it to them quick, fast, and then hurry, man. Well, nah, the scriptures tell you has our knowledge have it for thyself. You're going to have to get it on your own, man. You're going to have to pray to the Lord and ask the Lord to provide you with these things because we can't give it nothing to you.
Wise virgins of foolish virgins, right?
Yep. Go ahead, bro.
Finish it off. It says, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those saw great plagues caused they peace.
You see? And that great war of ignorance that these people are in, they called all this shit peace. Being able to have your kid pick whatever the fuck they want to be. They call that shit peace. It's wild. It's astounding, man. Having your woman sit here and say her body, her choice, so she can fucking commit murder through abortion. They call that shit peace, man. Not knowing that those acts, man, come with a judgment from the Heavenly Father, man, and all surrounds death.
This is 2 Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
And that's what's been happening, man. Since the start of 2020, right? End of 2019, when they started shutting shit down, right? All that excess product was in them stores, man. You was able to get fly real easy on a dime, bro. You know, you was saving money because you wasn't driving, right? You was able to get fucking clothes never really would have been able to get because you was saving money from driving. Stimulus package was coming in. Hey, goods was being so cheap. They had all types of shit marked down, man. Every time I went to the store, it was like 40, 50, 60% off.
Most jobs were paying like double time, you know, just because you had work and shit.
Remember at one point, Levi's, you couldn't get a pair of Levi's under fucking $75. And then out of nowhere, COVID hit. Fucking $45. Like,
gas was like $1, remember?
Yeah.
I never seen it that low.
Yeah. Gas went down to like $1.75, $1.50. Right? So these pictures have been so good cheap, right? But even then, what? This plagues being called out in this earth, man. Sword, famine, great destruction, man. These things are being prepared, right? And Jake is starting to get fucking invigorated in the spirit, man. These things popping, the Lord set these things up, man. Yep. Give me that, Genesis 21.
So back in the
Finish this real
Yeah,
quick.
go
Just
ahead.
a little bit more. Just a lot. Verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. That's it.
from the book of go back to Matthew 16, continuing on in verse 3. It says, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. It says, "O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign."
You see, that's the problem with Jake, man. You can discern, right, the weather of the day and all that stuff, but you don't try to apply that same understanding to what you're in, right? You in the last days, man, right? That whole Montgomery shit, man. There's a two-side vote to that thing. You had Jake, making jokes and shit, and you can't win with a nigga like that, man. I remember when in high school, bro, we get to the fucking the playoffs. Second game going against Fairfax and shit. Big ass school. I got a bunch of little short Issacharites on the team, bro. Short little Issacharites and shit, bro.
Cause ain't nothing but Jake's at. Ain't
nobody
but Judah at Fairfax.
Ain't nobody but 5'6" people above fucking 6 foot on the team. Above 5'10". Ain't nobody but that on the team, bro. We up 21 and a half. These niggas think they just invincible. His car in there partying like they had a pack of Corona in the fucking gym and shit. Bro, fucking tripping, bro. And I'm like, bro, chill the fuck out, bro. It's only halftime.
Right.
It's a whole nother half.
Right.
Man, I'm sitting there making my highlight reel, and these niggas is shitting down their leg when we come back out, bro. Them niggas started scoring on us like it was nothing. And I'm looking at them like, man, y'all should have shut the fuck up and focused in, man. And that's what them niggas are doing with this whole Montgomery shit. You just pissed them off. And that's what Esau's seeing, man.
Uh-huh.
Esau looked at how that chair hit that Edomite woman over their head, and he was hot.
They're lock and loading though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they locking and loading. I say, yeah.
Really though, it goes to show you that because you got Jake celebrating that shit on and dancing and all that like they never been there before. So really, it's like it's showing them like, y'all should never celebrate it because how more fierce would it have been if it wasn't me,
Bro, if you wouldn't have made a joke, bro, laughter lessens severity, bro. Laughter lessens severity extremely, bro. If you say something to somebody and you don't laugh afterwards, it could be something that sounds funny. But then they'll start thinking, damn, what did I do? If you don't start smiling, if you don't start joking, right? But niggas are too fucking quick to joke and smile and be jovial and shit. This ain't a jovial time. Remember, the Lord said he's coming to bring sorrows upon the world, man. Right? These are the beginning of sorrows. So what? That race war is about to come too. Because them Edomites, man, they saw that chair hit that old Edomite woman. They saw their grandma in that motherfucker.
They wish the Edomites deserve that shit, man.
Yeah, they did.
They listen, man. They deserve a lot more than that shit, and a lot more is coming, man. But like the brother said, you always got to remember what Esau blessing is, man. Right? And the first thing, they're not gonna fight you. They're gonna mano a mano with you. They're gonna go grab them guns and all that shit that you niggas be running into. But they're gonna grab the real shit that they go out every weekend. How we play sports, that's their sport. They go shooting and all that shit with their kids and all that, you know?
John Wick is just a fucking documentary for us, bro.
So that's what it is, man. You gotta understand what your power is. But indeed, them Edomites deserve that shit, because if you look in the beginning of the video, they was on that security guard doing him bad, man.
They was doing it bad, bro.
Right, and
you
then
saw Jake come over there like lions, bro.
Man,
because if you ever watch like watch a
big
documentary,
ass one too.
Yeah,
big ass Jake. That
bro, with his shirt on.
if you watch it, what's the name?
Even a swimming Jake, he came across great.
That dude was grabbing him up like bread, and he wasn't even swinging at them, you know. So,
hey, watch that video again and look at a documentary where one lion is doing something and the other one start coming. Bro, it looked just like that, man.
or it's a lion like against hyenas and shit.
Yeah, it is.
First scene when a lion fucks, he could fuck up like 20 fucking hyenas, man.
Yep.
Well,
And that's what it is, man. That old lion, man, is getting roused back up, and we're coming into the times where that war, right? That nation versus nation got at. What is that? Matthew's 24.
It's like they were poking at him, bro, and he'll throw the claw from time to time. Now now he's getting up and shit. You get me? So it's a progression of hatred that Jake is building up on them, man.
Who unlocked the gate and let these niggas out? Yeah, because that's exactly what it was, man. And you want, because look, to show you that Esau is so used to that shit, they beat him and walked away like they weren't going, like nothing was gonna happen.
I wish you niggas would.
That's the code, and you in Alabama. You know, Alabama one of them hick states, right? So they walked away like, we run this shit, ain't nothing gonna happen. But Jake, you know, he had the Jake dive off the ferry.
yep.
Swam over there. They had Jake fucked up, man.
Man, that nigga is gonna be a fucking poster child. You find out he's a damn murderer. Oh, man, yeah.
Wow.
Little fucking motion.
The way he was swimming, like,
Hey, if that wouldn't have been at a more secluded area, they would have lynched the dude,
Yeah,
bro.
they would have. Yeah, they would've
Yeah.
fucked him out, man. It would have been the old American flag. The old American flag was a nigga on a pole, man. That's all it was. Right? You got that? What I got for you?
I ain't happy.
I got a very surprise, man. Right.
You got the Genesis 49.
The book of Matthew 24, and I'll start at 6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars, and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And so it says in verse 8, it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows.
You said nation against nation?
Yep.
Get it in the blue letter. Get that word for nation. Right? The nation's getting roused against nation, so it's not gonna just be these whole world wars. It's gonna be peace at home. Nah, man. It's gonna be people against people, fucking gender against gender, fucking transformer against the straight, right? It's gonna be like that, man. It's gonna be Jake versus Esau, Jake versus fucking Jake versus Elam, Jake versus Moab. Back in the riots, the Rodney King riots, bro. Them Moabites, bro, they was trying to fucking hunt niggas down in the street. They was shooting niggas in the street like it was nothing. You don't think them Jakes told their grandkids about that? Yeah, they was telling their kids, yeah, them fucking dudes, they was shooting at us, killing us. They didn't give a fuck. Right? Them Jakes in California, they hate them motherfuckers. Bro.
Motherfuckers are racist.
Yeah. So what? We're coming into times now where all hell's about to break loose. And these Edomites is gonna lose their shit. You gonna see. You gonna fucking see.
Yep.
So this for the word nation in the blue letter, it's goes back to the Greek word ethnos. It's the Strong's G 1484. And so what it says is that it's a multitude, whether of men or of beasts, associated or living together.
See,
So they-
ethnos. Now where ethnos goes back to the word ethnicity. Right? So it's gonna be what? Race against race. Race wars, man. All type of people going against each other, man. Even some of these in Mexico, man, they know who's a fucking Spaniard. They know who the fuck is a Spaniard. They feel it in their spirit, bro. They might want to be fucking Spaniards just because, you know, they got their fucking better the race bullshit, right? But they want you to be as light as fucking possible.
Yeah, that's a disgrace, man. And a lot of you motherfuckers, I said this in a video. A lot of you Issacharites, right, who claim to be so-called Mexicans, who claim to be Spaniards. You better hope you're not Spaniard, man. You really better hope you're not Spaniard, man. Cause y'all parading that shit like it's something, like it's a trophy or something, man. And it's not a fucking trophy.
Edomite.
You better hope you're not a fucking Spaniard, man. And you niggas that uphold the so-called white man, you better hope you're not a white man, man.
They even be the brown Mexicans that be saying that shit.
Yeah.
I had a cousin,
Better.
brown ass fuck. It's like, bitch, you ain't no fucking Spanish, bitch. But you know, they have that mentality that's the way to be. You know, like,
And that's a conquered mentality, man. That's a nigga who that's a nigga who will tell on you, man, when he trying to run, man. From the slave house, from the big house, man. That's a nigga that'll sell you out, man. That's one of them niggas, man. Them inwardly house niggas, man.
How do you say that in Spanish? Better the race bullshit? I forgot how to say it.
Kabosh. Are you reading?
Yeah, that's one of them niggas, man. You can't listen, man. Like, because my woman is a car, you know what I mean? So I'll be telling her, like, and she get it, you know, but she got cousins and shit that really is, you know, that really want to be the lighter the skin, the bluer the eyes, the greener and all that. Yeah, I'm telling you. You better hope it don't fall on that, man. And that's because that's not something to parade about. That's not something to be happy about. And if you have that mentality, you have a conquered mentality. Hey, let me get my hat.
I was bringing it back.
Go ahead, bro.
Genesis 3 and 15.
Yeah.
This is the book of Genesis 3 and 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman.
Right? And who is this talking about? It's talking about Jacob and the serpent. But that serpent was an allegory for a sly, fucking cunning man. And that's Esau Edom, man. He's sly and cunning. When you look at the plans of these devils, you see that. Damn, that motherfucker's a snake. He's a snake, bro. There's no other way to see how he.
That's exactly why I got my hat. That's
Damn.
exactly why I got my hat.
But you can see how these devils are, man. Because for him to sit here and set up all just the medical field in general, buying it out, making sure you pay people's tuition so
That's
they can
crazy.
grow what you want. And then you use your other business with petroleum to make petroleum-based medication. Then you fucking sit here and put orders out to make everybody who does holistics and turns them into quacks and puts lawsuits against them so they lose their practice. Bro, that's a snake fucking, bro. A normal person
Couldn't even think about
couldn't
that shit
even
like
think about that shit.
It's like Jake won't create a problem. He won't create a problem to create a solution for it.
Yeah.
Jake creates solutions for problems that already exist, man.
Yeah.
He ain't out there creating that shit.
Yeah, he created a problem, created a solution, and created a middleman for the problem and the solution.
Yeah.
And he get paid on all three.
Paid on all of them.
That's how he do business. That's how he get down. Like the medical field. Right? Here it is. Healthcare, right? The doctors and all that shit. Here it is. Okay, you got back then before like healthcare was big, I believe like your medical bills weren't that expensive, man. But they raised the prices of medical bills so you go get insurance. So therefore you pay your insurance every month, so they pay for your medical bills. But guess who's on both sides of the stick? The sides. Guess who's on both sides of the end? Well, they're on the side of the doctors because they own the hospitals and they own the insurance companies. And guess who's the customer? Everybody who's in between. You know, so it goes to show you that they have the way they do business is fucked. That's why it was a video yesterday that came out.
I could grab it.
And it was an old white dude in a bar, man, and it was recording him. He said, if I was y'all, I would not trust a white man. He was a white man saying this. He said, if I was y'all, do not trust a white man. Do not trust us. That's what he was saying. Do not trust us. Right?
Well, you know, if that's not a Jake, man, then that's a scripture that says that I will set the
Egyptian against Egyptian.
yeah, that's it, bro. The Egyptian against the Egyptian.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 13. Consider the work of the Most High, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked? That's Esau, man. You know, like the Lord created him to be a devious, to basically have that spirit of Satan on him, man. You know, to be against everything that the Heavenly Father stands for. You know, the Lord said that before the destruction comes, that man of sin will be revealed. And you know, lo and behold, that's why everything that's coming out is coming out, man, because the Most High is making Esau bare. He's uncovering the lock, you know, and showing us the decrepit, evil demon that he really is, man.
Yep.
Behind those suits, behind those multi-million-dollar homes, he ain't nothing but a fucking freak, man. You know, he's the freakiest of all the nations, man. You know?
Yeah, I was telling these brothers about a dream I had last night. And it was crazy, bro. Because, like the brother was saying, you know, making Esau bear. But I was telling the brothers about the dream I had, man, and basically there's a bunch of Jake. You had some speckle of the other tribes in there, man. You had Esau all on one side. And it was a Jake reading an account of all the shit that Esau was doing to Judah and shit. You know, within slavery, when they got out of slavery, all the like vicious murders and shit. And it was getting hot. Judah was getting hot as fuck. And you saw the other tribes that were mingled in them like fucking get pissed off as well. And in the dream,
I know, right?
you could tell they was about to go to blows, and like I turned my head away from the dream. By the time I turned back, it was like they were trying to pull everybody off, like they just got done fighting. And Esau was like, yeah, we're gonna skip the next one, the next part of the book, because they were reading their accounts. Bro, and all the Jakes said, no, fuck that. Keep reading. Like they wanted to know it all, man, because what? And they were ready to come together and just decimate these Edomites. And Esau had the fear in his eyes, man. And then I woke up and I was like, yo, that was some heavy. The way, when I tell you about the face of anger and just impending violence that was in Jake's face, that shit was something to behold, man. It was like, man, it's like you shaking up a bottle of Coke and you throw fucking a Mento in it too, bro. Boom, it's just ready to go, bro.
It's all right.
I got one. This is Zechariah 9 and 12. Return you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion.
And that's what's gonna happen, man. The Lord's gonna bring the tribes together. Give me the gather thy sons together, nation not Zion. Right? The Lord's gonna gather the tribes together, man. Right? Because these Israelites, because I remember in the dream too, at one point I was in the dream, I told him, I said it wasn't just Jake. It wasn't just Judah. And all the other tribes just like fucking getting hot. As soon as I said that, they just started getting hot, bro. And you could see them. It was like, man, they went from being like fucking mad and irritated that Esau was even around to being like, yo, is we gonna fuck these niggas up now?
Well, even out there in LA, where the Dodger Stadium's at, bro, that's called the Chavez Ravine. Issachar used to live up in there. And they basically went and they basically grabbed them up and kicked them out of that place so they could build that Dodger Stadium too. So there's a lot of history that goes into a lot of the evil that's been done to the Northern Kingdom as well, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And they just showed these movies. They just showed Jake. They just showed Judah, right? Because you got Judah is the head, right? So they show like, okay, look what they're doing to the head. But it really happened to all of them because Scripture says Judah and Israel was oppressed together, man. Right? So it really, because the Spaniards used to play.
That's what I said in the dream. I said Judah and Ephraim was oppressed together.
Yeah.
And as soon as I said that, everybody that was Jake on one accord got fucking hot.
Yep.
And Esau was like, you saw him like kind of like, you know how they do, they kind of, when they know the heat is on them, they start doing that little try to cower away, trying to base, come on, like try to, bro, you saw it in the dream and it just flipped. Right after that, I woke up, bro. Give me that.
Genesis 3 and 15. It says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
See, when you go back to that goddamn video, what that chair do? Bruise his head. Then you had a little Edomite dude came up and said, that 64-year-old man could really throw him.
It was an older Jake too, right? He had that bottle of anger too.
Yeah, tinted windows on his
And the Edomite dude said, well, the 64-year-old man could really throw him. Yo, gave him the heat, bro. And imagine if that's a 65-year-old man that gave that nigga work like that. Imagine these 20, 30-year-olds, these fucking 15-years-olds, man.
You're gonna have grandpas coming out, bro. Fucking 80-year-olds, 70-year-olds that remember
That's
all that
been
shit that's
waiting.
been done to them.
Yeah, man.
Has been waiting. Just couldn't say nothing at the moment.
Bro, I remember I did a video. They had the interview with some of the last slaves that were living back in like 1970 or so. They had a video with the last slaves that were living at the time.
That's crazy if you think about it. In 1970, you still had like.
They were still living, bro. Some of them lived to like 120, bro. Some of them lived to 120, and you gotta imagine if you work that hard, you have to be that strong to be able to sit here and live that type of lifestyle. You got more than enough strength to carry you a few years if you ain't gotta live like that. Right? But you had there was a Jake woman and a Jake man. They were already in their like fucking 80s or 90s. They were children by the time slavery ended up stopping and shit. And they were telling stories about it. You could see in the man's face, he was happy to be free, but it was like it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough that he was free because he knew that the people that put him through that hell, he couldn't do shit about it. Well, those souls is back, man. Those souls is back. A lot of them souls could be these little wild ass niggas out here, man. And they ready for their time. The Lord said, what? He created spirits for the day of vengeance.
Vengeance.
Well, those same spirits that were in slavery at that time, well, they had the means to be able to revolt. They just didn't have anybody to lead them. And this time, the Lord's just gonna turn them up.
This Ecclesiastic is 25 and 7, just because he said that point that it wasn't enough, bro. You know, It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that had joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies."
Man, to live to see the fall of your enemy, man, that's gonna automatically bring us joy. Yeah, man, seeing this devil get put down, and you the one that's helping to put him down.
You got your fucking foot on his
Bro,
fucking neck.
seeing Yahweh Shai just flash before you and slice somebody up that's trying to fucking harm you and send an angel on him. Give you the juice for a minute and watch you do your work for a little bit. While you say, call the Lord, Yahweh Shai, that's going to be a blessing. That's going to be an extreme, immense blessing, man. Get my point on it.
This is back in Genesis 3 and 15. It reads, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed.
Yep, that's the enmity that you saw over there. Go ahead.
It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Unto the woman he said," Genesis 3 and 15. Right, Genesis 3 and 15. "I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel."
Go ahead and get your precept.
This is Ezekiel 25 and 14. "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord God." So that time is going. Hey, that time is coming. Well, you know, all you nations that put your hands on the 12 tribes of Israel, with things that are about to come up on y'all.
Yo, Combo, I got this one too, man. You know, just to kind of going on, because we know how these people are, man. Saying like, because people always say that that violence is not the answer. You know, they always say that, right? But this is from the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 1 and verse 6, and it says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High
Wow.
to recompense
Brings
trouble
back
to them that trouble you.
That's right.
Yep.
You know, and plus it says in the book of Galatians 6 and 7, you know, basically it says whatsoever a man
49
soweth,
9.
that shall he also reap. You know, and so these devils, you know, they have reaped violence, beyond, man, hella violence, man. So so that's what they're going to receive tenfold, man.
Yeah.
Well, then the scripture say that he pursued blood, so blood shall pursue him.
Yeah.
Yep.
It says that
Uh-huh.
they transgress the brotherly covenant.
Yep.
Oh.
You know, it says that in Genesis, where I believe it said that Esau said, he said in his heart,
The days of my
Father are at hand,
life,
but after them, you know, but after them, I shall slay my brother Jacob.
Yo, he's gonna fulfill his oath.
Yep.
He's gonna fulfill that oath in this time. His mindset is to fulfill that shit in this time. Right? There was a time where he was able to use Jake for his benefit. That time is over, man. He's let you niggas go without any fucking check for too long, man. All it takes is a generation to change the whole mindset. He gave, man, for what is it? For the last like 25 years, Jake had been coming up, right? Going back into what is that? 2000, 2001, 2002. The amount of Jake millionaires, the amount of Jake entrepreneurs has just been shooting up. Even till now, where you have Jake winning cases against Edomites, that was unheard of for the longest time. Right? Yep. Winning cases against Esau, and that's pulling Jake's mindset up. Like, fuck, these devils ain't always right. Look at what they're doing. And Jake has that mindset. He's teaching other people that mindset. Right? And it's causing what? That old spirit of right, stern warrior-like behavior to ground up in their mind, to actually have a mindset to be like, yo, fuck what you gotta say. Right? Go ahead, brother. Get that.
Yeah, this is Genesis 49 and 9. It says, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion.
Yep, and that's why Jake is so invigorated by this whole fucking Montgomery raw shit. Because what? They've been that old lion that just been getting beat down, gonna get roused up. So now we're in a time now where they see a big dub, in their minds it's a big dub, right? And even before Edomites, they got arrested. They got charged with minor aggravated assault, which is crazy. Bro, that ain't even a fucking charge, bro. That's just a dingling of fucking shit. Go ahead, bro.
It says, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
And you see it right now, these little events are starting to have Jake really click in their mind, like, yo, that shit did something to me. A lot of Jakes are coming on social media, TikTok and shit, saying, hey, seeing that type of stuff did something to me.
A lot of Jakes was crying, bro. And in the comments, I was reading the comments, it was like, this made me cry. This made me cry. Every other comment.
Yeah.
Well, not every other comment, but in the comments, there was a lot of comments saying that, Jake saying that it made him cry. What you think that mean, man? That our people been sick of this shit too?
Yeah.
All it takes, is once.
Because think
spark,
about these
man.
fathers, man, that lost sons
Yeah.
due to violence that was structured behind Esau, and they sons just couldn't see it. Like, nigga, you fighting again. He from over there, and he from over here. He from 1st Street, you from 2nd Street, and y'all fight against each other. But this whole shit is orchestrated by our enemy, but you little two knuckleheads can see it. So y'all gonna shoot it. But the older Jake know that and see that. Because it didn't used to be like that. They saw it happen. They saw them being put into the program, and then their offspring being put into the program. And they had the mind, because even in Chicago, a lot of them niggas before they start killing each other was friends, man.
Snowfall happened. That show Snowfall.
Yeah, Snowfall,
shows you
like that, yeah.
Before and after.
Yep. Anywhere where it's a ghetto at, man. A lot of Jakes, they usually be friends, man, until, y'all move to Maryville, y'all move to the south side. Okay. Then y'all move from Maryville to Peoria, you know what I mean? So, and then now y'all going against each other. Now y'all have a reason to fight against each other because y'all don't got nothing else better to do. But y'all parents all went to school together. Their parents knew each other. Right? Some of y'all parents still talk to each other and can't get y'all to stop shooting and killing each other. But now you're coming into a time where Jake gonna start pointing the guns at each other and pointing them at y'all. Because these little niggas is monsters, man. I saw something the other day in St. Louis, actually this morning, where these niggas was on FaceTime walking on Instagram Live because you can do 3, walking through each other's neighborhoods, shooting up signs and shooting up houses and looking for each other. That's a fucked up, man. Broad daylight though. It wasn't even nighttime. They were on camera doing it, which means these niggas don't give a fuck. So these same little niggas that don't give a fuck, when they realize that you're the enemy, what you think is gonna happen?
That's what they showed in that the Clone Tyrone movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They went in there, and then Jake saw when they turned on it, when he put on that music to fucking make the rotation, and he stopped them. That shit, hey, the average day Jake that's in the world, that shit did something to their mind.
Predictive
That
programming.
it took nothing. That it took nothing for this devil to sit here and turn you against your own people on a dime for no reason. And then he was able to come in and tell you, shut the fuck up.
In front of
Sit
everybody.
down.
In front of everybody.
Yeah, in front of everybody. While everybody watched. That was Esau slave shit, man. And I quote that book all the time, the Electrical Negro. Them devils in that book did the same thing, man.
Well, he had a Jake get out of the car with him.
Yeah.
And was like,
And it was, bro, it was his brother. That was the same story because the dude that got out of the car was going with himself, so it was really his brother, right? In the book, it was the dude had a picture, right? And the electable Negro, one that accounts for the slaves, he had a picture. The master told him to go take the picture to the river and get water. He ended up dropping the picture on accident, and his master brought him inside the house, brought him inside the slave quarters, locked the fucking slave quarter door with all the other slaves in there too. Made his brother come, pin him down to the ground and hold him while the master hacked him to pieces. From hand to foot, hand, knee, leg, bit by bit. While all the slaves watched and they couldn't say anything. That was the same scene. Same fucking scene. And these devils know these things and they put these things in the movies, but the average person doesn't know these things. So when they see it, bro, it starts doing something to their spirit. So when they see something like that, you know niggas watch that movie. Tough before that shit happened. That Clone Tyrone. In their mind, that shit did something to them. So when they saw Jake literally break out of that fucking hypnosis and come to the aid of their own people, that shit woke something up in their spirit, man. And that's through the power of the Lord, man.
right. This prophecy got to be fulfilled. That has to happen, man. It's going to happen. Because
Yep.
Second Esdras 16, it goes into what? Martial law. It goes into race wars. It goes into all that, man. So that had to happen. So that's why we said earlier, expect more of it to happen, man. Expect more of it to happen. It's going to happen, man. It is what it is, man. And that shit made me a little happy. I'm like, man, it's about fucking time, man. To where, like, because it went from being in the gym to looking at another nigga like this to, what's up, brother? You know what I'm saying? And he a nigga, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably don't know nothing about the truth, but because brother's been saying, like, the curses is kind of, you know, it's being put on the other nations, man. Right? Because we're getting closer to the end. But it's now to where it's like, that video is like all of a sudden, Jake is acknowledging each other in public. Shit, just 5-10 years ago, you couldn't go get your hair cut and a nigga walk out the barbershop, you walk in the barbershop, y'all wouldn't even hold the door for each other. Now it's like, oh, no, I got you, brother, come on. You know?
Yeah, they're not worried about the women. They're not worried about the women because where the fuck were the women in that fight? The men have more, it's like the Lord is putting that respect back between the men of the nation.
Well,
It's cold too, bro. Because Jake ain't gonna do that for the nigga woman. They're not. It's just the woman is past getting that type of mercy.
Right.
They're past it. They see it every day. They watch TV. They see it. They consistently go on the internet and they see the woman disrespect them. So they're not gonna do that. But for the man, for the next man, that bro, the Lord did something. The Lord is like bringing back that brotherly covenant.
Hey,
brotherly love.
that can lead a lot of Jakes to the truth too. You know, a lot of Jakes can be because then that sparks something in you. Then you start looking for deeper and deeper and deeper. Then you be like, oh well, who are we? And then boom, that seed get planted, man, right then and there. So that's why we said expect more of that to happen.
This is from the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1, and so the title of this chapter right here, it says judgments on Judah's enemies. And so the first verse says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather gathered together, our nation not desired.
See, that's what's gonna happen, man.
Gather together, man.
Right? You can gather in the world, that shit's not gonna stand though. Like the dubs you get in the world, okay, you might have a success story with an Edomite, with a brawl, but you're really supposed to gather to the truth, gather to this understanding, get back to the Heavenly Father, bro. That's what you need to do, because with the Heavenly Father, you're gonna get the power to be able to withstand these devils. David said himself, "Who shall bring he said, who shall bring me to the land of my enemies who are too strong for me?" Roughly paraphrased. These devils got too much to be like to really go against them like that, man.
Yeah, I was reading Chronicles a few weeks back, and it goes into a certain war, and it gets the details. It was like the Lord fought for them, man. It was the Lord that went out war against our enemies, man.
Yeah.
You know, so like you have to keep that in mind. That ultimately everything that's gonna happen in these latter days is directly linked to the Lord's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's judgment on the earth. You know. You got it.
Yeah, comment. Just
Oh, you get it?
yeah. Just real quick, man. Just to touch up on the point where you know to where our people are coming together and such, man. This is Luke 12:41.
I got you. What do you mean?
Luke 12:51, man. We'll get to it in a bit, man. You get, I'm just gonna float through the spirit, man. Get Isaiah 13:6. Look at that.
This is the book of Luke 12:51. So it says, suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth? I tell you nay, but rather division.
Hey, look, see? Because the whole thing right now on the earth is to, you know, is to come together or coexist, right? But truly, man, but that's not how the Lord deals, man. You know.
I'm about to say it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because in order to coexist with the devil, which he doesn't want to coexist with you, if he's telling you to coexist, it's for his plan, man. But in order to coexist with the devil, you got to submit to the things that they want you to do. And scriptures tell you that, and you got to trust in them.
Yep.
Right? And scriptures tell you that, never trust thy
in him.
enemy, for iron rusts his soul is his wickedness, man. So you can't. The Lord didn't make us coexist with the heathen.
Right.
We were never. They tried to do that shit in building a tower at Babel, right? And the Lord destroyed that, man. Put different languages between nations and all that. And now they're trying to mimic the same shit back then, now with America, man. That's why you got all the nations over here, and these motherfuckers come over here speaking broken English and English with an accent, but they're speaking English, man. But it's coming into a time where, because you shouldn't, like I said last week, you shouldn't have Judah next to Elam. You shouldn't have Issachar next to Moab. It don't work, man. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You shouldn't have Ephraim next to Ishmael. The traits are different. The way we live are different. Their views are different. They smell different. They walk different. They have idols and shit that they worship, man. You go into an Elamite restaurant, you're gonna see nothing but idols in there, man. They shouldn't be next door to me, living next door to me. Neither me living next door to them. They're different, man. They're really below us, man. You know, but in order to coexist with the heathen, you gotta submit to what the heathen wants you to do. And you can't submit to what the heathen wants you to do, Israel, because you have to submit to the Lord. And if you submit to what the heathen wants you to do, then the Lord is going to destroy you, man.
It's like, how you gonna break bread with a fucking goop when this motherfucker's trying to eat like fucking
Trying to kill you.
trying to eat some fucking octopus,
Right, octopus.
centipedes and shit,
His
bro.
food is sliding off his plate, trying to run away, man.
Still alive and
You
shit.
can't.
Look,
Yep.
yeah, well, the frog's
Hey,
still kicking and shit.
The average
Yep.
you can't even see that shit. Oh shit, it's alive, man. What the fuck is you doing? You ain't kill it. I'm about to kill it.
Play the lice and milk.
Oh man, you
These
know.
don't go heavy.
Yeah, and bro, and you know, and the scriptures say,
Oh well.
you know, it says that you can't serve two masters, man. You know, so it's either, you know, you submit to the Lord or you're going into the ways of death, man. You know, it's Jeremiah 10, you know, it says to learn not the way of the heathen, man. You know,
Oh.
because
And they don't deal honestly, man. These other nations don't deal honestly because they don't fear the Lord. They ain't gonna like yes. Today I saw a video. Jake ran into a Moab restaurant and showed the owner that he had him on video sneaking pigeons through the back and selling it like chicken. He had a cage full of pigeons. And he's like, yeah, nigga, this you in a video. And the lady at the front was like, no, that was a long time ago. Then she was like, that was a couple weeks ago. He was like, nah, nigga, we just sneaked this video. He was sneaking the pigeons through the back and he back there plugging them, selling them like chicken. Yep. Right? Jay ain't gonna do you like that, man. You ain't gonna go to Lolo's and have a yard bird on your plate, man. You ain't gonna have no fucking pigeons on your plate if you order chicken. You're not gonna do that, man.
Cooked ass chicken.
Come on, man, but these other Hey, these other nations don't give a fuck about Jake because they look at Jake like an animal and a customer, man. Yeah. Oh, that's all. That's how they look at Jake, man. That's why they set up shop and they'll give you niggas more liquor. They'll go to LA and sell you niggas more liquor, man. No one is killing you, man. No one is fucking you up, right? They'll put shit in there to destroy you, man, because they don't give a fuck. But Jake can be like, hey, man, like I don't know if brother saw that video, man, of the Jake that went into the store, man, and those Elamites, he was stealing, and he was a nigga. Don't get me wrong, but he was stealing out of the Elamite store, and 2 Elamites came off from behind the counter with a big ass stick.
Oh, I seen it. They beat him.
And they was beating him and kept beating him and kept beating him and kept beating him. But what I peeped is that the other Jake really saved him, man. They was like, all right, Jake was like, all right, that's enough, man. Don't hit him no more. Don't hit him no more. But they wanted to keep beating him and wanted to keep beating him and beating him. And Jake was like, no. But Jake was like, yeah, you wrong. And Jake even told him, like, bro, you my brother. Get up. Come on, let's go. Hurry up before they call the police. But they didn't want to stop. But it goes to show you that they have a hatred towards our people. That's why we can't fucking coexist. We'll never be able to coexist, man. The only one we want to coexist with is y'all women, man. The women of your other nations. That's it. That's it. Because through your women, we can bring back our nation. Just like in ancient Egypt, how they gave the Pharaoh gave a decree, kill all the man-childs, but keep the women-childs.
Because we don't need an Israelite woman to bring back the Israelite nation.
We don't, because what? I think Naphtali mom is heathen, if I'm not mistaken, man. If I'm not mistaken, man.
And that's in...
Because it was
Ephraim, yeah. Because they are 3 Egyptian mom to Joseph.
Joseph, yes. So it goes to show you that you don't need, like the brother said, you don't need an Israelite woman to bring back an Israelite man, because the seed is through the man. If you go on Numbers, to tell you that the poles our lineage basically come from our father.
Well, yeah, because some of the tribes, they came through what the handmaids of Leah and Rachel, man. So like what the brother says on point, you know, it's the seed that matters, not where the seed is planted.
Got a precept which wanted to be in separate. It's the 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. Wherefore come out from among them and be separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
Hey, but what makes us separate, man? The law, statutes, and
commandments,
which makes us holy. That's why Moses didn't give it to the other nations. Were we in unison? Hey, did we coexist when he gave us the law, statutes, and commandments? No. We didn't. It was none but Israelites there, man. And that made us separate. That's why we're meant to follow it. And the other nations will look at us like we're a wise and understanding people and a blessed people. But the moment we didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments and started living after the heathen is when this shit happened to us, man.
Yep.
Showing you that we're different from the heathen.
Yeah, but look where we're at now, man.
I mean, even Deuteronomy 7 and 6 goes into that. We are different than the heathen. We are above you.
Right.
We try to, our people, man, they try to coexist all with the same people who destroyed you, and who took away your true identity. If you read Psalms, the 83rd chapter, man, like the first 8 verses and 10 verses, man, it says, it says that these heathens were all confederate together.
Yeah, Psalms
to cut off the name of Israel, man.
Yep.
And so now look at our people, man. Destroyed, bro, on the bottom, man. All destroyed, man. So that's what happens. So that's what happens when you try to, join with the heathen, because they're always gonna have the upper hand on you, man. Because the earth has been given, into their hands, man. All right, but in due time, can we see it, coming to fruition? Is that the curses that have our people, towards the bottom, man? It's flip flopping, man.
Yep.
Because this place, shame is starting to be uncovered, and all the nations are beginning to join together to come against this place, man. And that's all prophecy that's in the Bible. It's all prophecy in the Bible, man. It says in Jeremiah, I think it's the 50th or the 51st chapter, that all nations shall put themselves, in array against Babylon, man. So this place is going to be surrounded, and so basically, all these nations are going to empty the clip on this place, man.
Yep.
This place is going to be the final and greatest example of of ungodliness. The greatest example, man. And it's going, and it says in the book of Revelations, it says that the smoke of her torment shall
Send it up from heaven.
shall ascend forever, man. So our children, so our children in the kingdom, they are going to, see what happened in this place and be like, damn, damn, that what happened there. And then we're gonna have to, teach, man.
The scriptures say that the writing of the house of Israel should be written. So there's gonna be a detailed record of everything that's happening right now as we speak, man. All this that we're doing is gonna be an account written of it, man. And Jake is gonna know, man, about what happened here and the way, the great fashion that the way did away with it. Well, because there's gonna be a day we don't know what's gonna be called, but just like the Passover, right? We had the Passover. Well, this new day, man, is gonna outdo the Passover. It's gonna outdo that deliverance of Egypt, man. So this day is gonna be remembered, and we're always gonna remember the deliverance that the Lord did in the land of Yeah, I got a quick one. Because you were mentioning the nations and whatnot. This is 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Hey, perfect, man. So be not, be not yoked together with them, because they are not for you. They might be polite and shit, to your face, but behind closed doors, man, they truly fucking hate you, man. They truly hate our people, man. Go ahead.
So it says, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?
There's no communion, man. They're I forgot what that, there's a certain type of graph, man, to where it's two circles.
Pie chart?
Yeah, is it a pie chart?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is it intersect?
Yeah. And so they put the similarities in the middle part, right? So between light and darkness, there are no similarities, man. So therefore, it's not for us to be around them or try to be for them, man. Go ahead, tell us about it.
This is Revelation 14:11, and the smoke of her torment ascended up forever and ever, and they had no rest day or night, who worshiped the beast and his image, and whosoever received the mark of his name. Like the brother was saying, man, that's what this place is going to end up in, man. That smoke is going to go on forever and ever. It's not talking about it's going to always be going up, but it's talking about it's going to burn for a very long time, man. This place is filled with things to burn, bro. The people are going to be stubborn. The infrastructure, fuel for the fire. The infrastructure, the gas pipelines all under this bitch, right? Chemical plants all throughout this place. The way the building structures are built, all this stuff is flammable material in order to burn, man. This is
Funny thing too, a little keynote, there's a lot of coal in America too. Coal, that shit burns, bro.
Yeah. Deuteronomy 30:7, it says, "And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." And that's what the brother was also stating before. The curses are truly coming up off of us. The Lord has put them on our enemies. There's another scripture where it says the Lord is going to give the cup to our enemies, and they shall drink the dregs thereof. Well, you're seeing that cup already passing. You got Esau going homeless like crazy. And all Edomites losing their jobs like crazy. Esau being called out like crazy. Oh, nobody wants to be around them. Right? In the book of Job, it tells you that what? His widow shall not bemoan him.
Happy shall he be that dashes that little one.
Stones. Yeah.
It's the stones, man.
You know, and these other nations are catching it too. If you've been, I mean, of course, brothers paying attention, all them different storms and fires and all the stuff that's happening to the y'all heathens out there. Y'all getting tagged up every day.
Lamentations 4 says what? Rejoice, thou daughter of Edom, man. You know, because ultimately, you know, everything you did, you gotta enjoy it right now, man. Because the end is coming. You know, the point where the Lord's gonna take you out of power is coming and it's fast approaching. Us being out here, man, everything we've been going through, the tribes coming back together signifies the end of this society. Because when I was reading Zechariah 14, it said, you know, fill the bowl with
Ephraim,
and come against thy sons, O Greece, man. And who are the Grecians? We know those are the modern day Edomites. You know, these so-called Americans, man. You know.
I get that Jude on? Yeah, come on.
This is Jude 1, verse 7. It says, "Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them, and like men are giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire."
Right. You know, and so it says in the book of Ecclesiastes, man. Okay, it says that there's nothing new under the sun, right? And so if you take a look back, man, you know, at Sodom and Gomorrah, okay, they gave themselves over to fornication, you know, and served and they gave themselves, or they went after strange flesh, you know. They were set forth to be an example, man. But people turn a blind eye, man. You know, people don't care, man. You know, and so that's what I say. And so that's why that I say that this place has been comfortable for just too long, man. You know, and so this is what you get from people being comfortable. People are just all the way left, man. You know, the scriptures say that it says they know not. They walk on in darkness. You know, the whole earth is out of course. You know, you had an example set before you. And they, you know, but as the years go by, you know, it fades and they forget. So now the Lord has to bring it, but even greater, man. You know, but this time it's going to be so bad that people ain't going to forget it, man. Because not only is it going to be you know, fire, but there's going to be a time of great suffering. People dying from starvation, man. People are going to eat their children. You know, people are going to eat each other. People are going to be chewing on the bark of trees, man. You know, people are going to be chewing on branches and rocks and shit. Hey, a great time of suffering. Hey, people are going to eat the flesh of their own arm. You know, great pestilence is going to be here on the earth. A time of great suffering will be here, man. All right? You know, and so just like the
upon the face of the earth.
The brother had pointed out, all these things are going to be written of. So in the kingdom, people are going to read about that and know, hey, bro, we better not ever do that again. Because, hey, bro, it's the worst times upon the earth. It says that in Joel, the 2nd chapter, I believe, man. You know, it says a day that has not ever been of the like. A day like never before, man. Okay, that's basically what it's saying. I'll go over to precepts.
This is 2 Peter 2:6. It says, "And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after shall live ungodly. Like the brother was saying, like, and that word in simple goes into example. If you read about Sodom and Gomorrah, it was a lot of sodomy going on, a lot of homosexuality going on, which here is mimicked, right? But if you look at what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah, right, you should have known that. Okay, why did that happen? Okay, then you're not supposed to live after that fashion. But not only did America live after that fashion, they promoted it to the highest level, to the children, and they took men and literally tried to change them into a woman. By what? Cutting off their parts and all that shit. So now it's to the point to where like the single mamas is up because at least you know she a woman, man. Because you got some bitches out here like you see on these some men out here that look just like women, man. So you got to be extra careful, man.
Let me see them baby pictures.
Let me see the baby pictures,
You know, you got to be extra fucking careful, man. And they're getting away with a lot of shit, man. Like my brother told me he was in Tempe at the club, and he was getting a shot, and some dudes was around, and it was a group of so-called black women that was in a corner, like probably like 5 or 6 or 7 of them, and they was talking about the dudes that he had seen at the bar was talking about, oh man, you see her over there, she keep looking at me. And my brother was like, man, that's a man, bro.
Man.
My brother was like, that's a group of men, bro. He was like, no. He's like, bro, I think that's. He was telling the homie, like, telling they homie, like, bro, I think those are a group of men, bro. He was like, those. So, like, an hour later, like, my brother leave with another girl, I think that he came with. And then an hour later, he saw the dude shacked up in the corner with the little light-skinned man that was dressed like a girl. And then he came back, he was like, bro, didn't I tell you that was a man? And the dude tried to argue him down, was like, hey, ain't a man, that ain't a man. He's like, bro, look, that's a man, bro. Look at the throat, look at how it's talking. Look at the jawline.
Yeah, it's traps.
Look at the hands, man. Even though she was short, look at the neck. Look at the traps. Look at his rib. You know, but that goes to show you that the average man was fucking confused, man. And then where are they getting all this money to pay for these surgeries? These bitches is being sponsored, man. These niggas, man. Why? To push an agenda.
Hey man, but people still want to be here, man. People still want to, still want to be here. People still trying to love America.
Get the job.
Man, look at the confusion here, man.
I can't hang around that. If I was your brother, I can't hang around that nigga.
Yo, listen. It was some niggas that he didn't know. He came with a girl, and he went to go get a drink at the bar, and some dudes were standing at the bar talking about those moles in the corner. Didn't know that they was dudes though. And my brother was like, them some niggas. Them ain't no girls. Them some niggas. And it was like, no, it's not. He like, all right, bro, go over there and fuck with them if you want to. Them some niggas. I just walked past him. And then my brother went with his girl that he came with, and then came back an hour later to get another drink and saw the dude shackled up in the corner with one of the niggas, man, that was dressed up like a girl. And then when they got outside, my brother was like, didn't I tell you that was a man?
Whole lineup of Joanna.
And the dude was like, ain't no fucking man. That ain't no man. That ain't no man. He was like, bro, look. And he was like, look,
Young
bro.
boy right there.
Yeah, it's a young man right there. That's a freshman. That's a JV slot receiver right there. What is y'all doing?
Look, see, man,
It's horrible.
people think it's bad, to want this place to be destroyed, but the scriptures tell us, man, that we seek a kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness, man.
Yeah, that's why he was justifying it, huh? That's why he was arguing. He was justifying that shit. He was like, it's not a man, it's not a man, it's not a man. Well, if you don't believe it's a man, why you arguing him down in the middle? Why you arguing the man that's trying to look out for you down in the middle of the street after the club is over, man? It's not because you want an excuse to go home with this nigga, man. Out what you want. My brother's like, listen, do what the fuck you want to do, but that's a man. I'm letting you know that's a man right there.
Called that nigga in 2005, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, they were in this fucking car.
Yeah.
He's gonna take him home. You're gonna find a big surprise.
Literally.
Turn the lights off.
Bitch.
What?
Damn, that.
What did he say?
I'll get this real quick. This is Ezekiel 38, just because brothers are going into like the condition that the people are in, man. Hey, these people are very careless, man. They dwell with not one care, man, in this society. They're like like the saying goes, right? Do as thou wilt, which goes back to a Roman practice, carpe diem, man, which is basically to seize the day, and that philosophy is displayed by all these people of the world, man. You know, they in that spirit, you know. So this is Ezekiel 38, and I'll start at verse 10. Thus saith the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time, you know, just like brothers are going into Sodom and Gomorrah, how was that place destroyed, man? By brimstone and fire that came down from the heavens, right? From the Heavenly Father. So it says, come into thy mind and thou shalt think an evil thought. And this is basically going into Gog and Magog, man, and all the nations, you know. They're ultimately going to have that evil thought, which is what? To hit that button and unleash hell on America, Babylon the Great, through those nuclear missiles, those ICBMs, man. All right, so it says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates, man. And that's the condition that these Babylonians are in, man. You know, they are careless, you know, and that's ultimately why when all this hell comes upon them, they're gonna be taken as a thief in the night, man. Like Yahushua said, you know, he's gonna meet these people and they're gonna be surprised, man. You ain't gonna be prepared, you know.
Which goes.
That's the time that, you know, people are going to seek after the prophets.
It's gonna be too late.
But it's gonna be way too late, man. Because we always say it, you know, these doors of mercy, you know, they are closing because things are happening, man. Things are moving quickly. You know, you have heavy talks of chip implants, man.
Yep.
You know, which we all know what that is, man. Okay, that's the MOTB.
That's right.
You know, but if you want to deny it, then go fucking take it, man. Go ahead and take it, man. You know, and see what happens to you. All right. I think there's a scripture in the Wisdom of Solomon. It says something along the lines that the hope of the wicked, you know, goes away as the dust. You know, well, hey, you know, put your hope in that, you know, in that shit, man. You know, put your hope in that. Because soon after you take it, man, you know, you're gonna be fucking catching things, Slovakia, catching things left and right, because then the Lord, you know, is surely going to take vengeance on you, man. Because that is the hour of temptation, man. That great hour of temptation, you know, to basically decide, do you truly believe in the Lord, or do you not? And so those who don't, you know, what the scriptures say, man, you will not escape, man, his vengeance. Go ahead.
I got you what you was talking about. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:14. For the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passes away as the remembrance of a guest that, I don't know how to say that word, traileth, but, am I saying that word right? It's logged in. That right there. Tarrieth, but a day. It's logged.
Yep. And then there's another one that says, it says, hope that is seen is not hope. You know, and so, you know, so that kind of puts another point, you know, on what we were talking about towards the beginning of the lesson, is that people only believe and only put their faith in what they can see, man. You know, and to have a carnal mind is enmity with the Most High.
Hey, that's what we're different than the world, because what did he tell Thomas, right? Hey, blessed are they that have not seen and yet still believe, man. You know, and that's the lot that we're in, Lord willing, man. We haven't seen Yahushua, man. We haven't seen the angels. We haven't seen none of that, man. Everything that we believe in is based upon faith, man. You know, the substance of things not seen, the evidence of things not seen. You know, and ultimately that's what the Lord's looking for in these latter days. Brother, you almost got hit by that bird.
I know. Bird must have been drinking.
Slap your ear.
Yeah, man. You know, faith is really what we what we're using as our strength and fortress, man. You know.
So what's Solomon 12 and 17? For when men will not believe that thou art in full power, thou showest thy strength, and among them that know it, thou makest their boldness manifest. Like the brother was saying before, right? People don't even understand that the Lord really destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah like that. So in the times now where they're just going about in their bullshit,
because they have eaten up the Christian doctrine that God is all love, you know, and that you can do anything, you know, and still be forgiven, and that all you have to do is call upon His name and you are saved. But the scriptures are contrary to all of that, man.
That's right.
You know?
you don't have to make a change.
Yep.
Right.
Niggas don't want to change. Niggas want to stay the same. Like bitches will be in a
They wanna be
relationship.
comfortable.
Yeah. Bitches will be in a relationship with a man since their 20s. And now they're getting in their 35s and 40s and acting like that man was never going to change. And they'll sit here and say some stupid shit like, you know, I fell in love with the old him. Well, nigga, the man grew up. What? Nigga, you supposed to find a glory in the man that he is in now. Right? But this is Psalms 119 and 126. It is time for thee, Yahweh, to work, for they have made void thy law.
Hey, for they have made void thy law. All right, and there's no line that people don't cross anymore, man. See, there used to be a boundary, man. You know, there used to be a you know, a line that people don't cross. You know, hey, bro, that's too far, man. You know, I'm not gonna do that. But that has stretched to the everlasting. That's you know, to the horizon now, man.
Because there's no real men out there, bro,
Hey.
that set boundaries. Because men are the ones that ultimately set boundaries. A man's like, nah, this is too much. You see, but now men are effeminate, where they allow anything to fucking happen, man.
Because your elders, the
Even-
elders of your society is feminine. The elders of these niggas, the elders of the J community, right? The 50, 60, 70, 40, you know, you see, they're consumed by the ways of this world. So what do you think they're teaching the young Jake that's looking up to them? And they're not teaching them to go against the system. They're not really not. Back then, bro, like in my house with my dad, like I remember we was playing football and shit, and I had one glove on walking around the house, man. And he cussed me the fuck out about that shit. He was like, what the fuck you think, you Michael Jackson? Take that shit, you ain't gay, is you? That's what he was saying. Well, take that shit off of my motherfucker. Like, he was going on. You don't have men like that no more, man. That will break your fucking jaw if you a mo. You know what the elders of our race do? They say, oh man, it ain't affecting me. No, but back then you couldn't bring that shit around Uncle them, Grandpa them. Grandpa break your fucking neck, man. Grandpa bust you in the fucking head, man. Nowadays they don't give a fuck, man. We're really the elders of our community if you think about it, because we stand on the old law. We stand on the right is right and wrong is wrong. Hey man, you little effeminate. We'll tell you, because we don't give a fuck about what your feelings talking about. Because eventually, if you can see what we're saying, then eventually you'll get out of that shit, man. Instead of being at the end like, damn, I was trapped in the ways of America and all this shit. Nah, man, you need men that stand firm. You need men that's gonna tell you right is right and wrong is wrong. It's not gonna bend according to society. You got a lot of these jakes, right? That's elders in our community that submit to their woman, but it tell you how to deal with women.
Yeah.
You submit to your woman.
And you never dealt with it. You let it deal with you.
Just bent over and took
Yeah,
it.
but you can. How you gonna tell another man about, you know? And then they grow up. Listen, they grow up and see the elders, they dad or whoever, they uncle, right, or they big brother submit to. What you think they gonna do? Submit to their girl.
Yeah, and that shit happens heavy in it's car community, bro. Yeah. At a certain age, they just be tired of fucking going to work and coming home fighting. So they just
Submit.
over.
Fuck it.
Hand over the check every fucking Friday.
Oh, you know you crazy.
But
Yeah.
That shit's
It's
Tripping.
real shit though, bro. That's the time that we're living in, where man, you know, man's supposed to be the financial leader, the leader basically of the household. You're supposed to hand over your money, your strength to a woman. Well, the scriptures talk about that, right? Give not thy strength to a woman. You know, in this society, it tells you that that's the way it's supposed to be. The movies tell you what, the woman's responsible, the woman's in charge of budgeting, she makes the best decisions. When in reality, that's not the fucking case, man.
Yeah, that's
You know,
definitely not the
women
case.
know own over 70% of credit card debt. You know, they're the major purchaser of unnecessary bullshit. You know, so like, we've been lied to, man.
Bro, brother's been in my house, man. The chairs and everything. My woman just bought me chairs. New ones.
Oh,
The
yeah?
chairs we just put together?
Bro. Unnecessary, bro.
I know that's not all that's true.
Rock 9 and 2. It says, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance.
Yeah. You know, and you know, but the scriptures have prophesied this. You know, it says that a woman shall compass a man.
Yeah.
You know, and actually, the line before that says, it says that the Lord shall create a new thing in the earth because that's a new thing because it's never been like that, man. Okay, it's always been the man to be the head, man. You know, to keep things in order. Okay, to make the decisions.
Hey, the curse of the mother rooted up the foundation.
It was always fucking Edomites doing that shit too, bro.
Yeah.
They're the ones always trying to empower the fucking woman.
Well, look,
And now
They're lazy.
like Corey Holcomb, right? When he said, man, the man above that you don't see, that's in control of society, that allows you women to have the freedom that you have, are really wicked men. Because the moment you give her money, guess what she do? She show you her true colors, and when she start comparing herself to you like she got nuts, right? But as long as she can rely on you, back then in the 20s and the 40s and the 50s and all that shit, you'll go out and you have a woman over there, maybe have a woman over there, and have your wife at home, and she'll probably know. Yeah, everybody taking care of, and she'll know, but she can't go nowhere. You know why? Because she's relying on you. Nowadays, they like, I'm not relying on no man. That's why you get the independent woman bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
but
then not with that, they think that they could do what you do. So that, guess what? She got a man over there.
Yeah,
she got a man over there.
What happened to the Etta James, man? The Etta Jameses, man. There's a song by Etta James. It's called I'd rather be blind than to see you with somebody else. Women ain't even like that, man. They act like niggas now, bro.
Yeah. She got a baby daddy over here.
Yeah.
She got a baby, and you should see how these women talk. Like, damn, I'll be like, God, these bitches is crazy, man. Like, these bitches is acting like they not bitches no more. Like, you acting like you could get 315 pounds off your chest, bitch. And you can't.
Yeah.
You can't. So it's gonna come a time to where, especially when this shit pop up, you're gonna see the real role of a man. You're gonna see how so-called animalistic a man can get, man. And how cold he can get. When this shit get hard and you saying no,
Trouble.
and ain't no police around, shit, you better watch the Book of Eli.
And it's real toxic masculinity, man.
Right.
You know, not the bullshit of a man telling you to fucking put on more clothes. They call that shit toxic masculinity. We're coming to a time where men are literally gonna grab you up and fucking take you, man. You know, throw you over the shoulder and take you where you already know where.
Like that video had that dude that beat that one, took them cheeks.
He took the cheek, right?
Yep.
Yeah, bro, it's that.
I wish you
They took off the internet, man.
Hey, bro, it's like that. The clip where it shows a woman in a bar, and she's around a bunch of men, and so I believe she's cussing out this one dude.
I see that
Turns
one.
to another guy, you know, and turns back to him, and I think she put his hands on him, and he fucking bopped the fuck out of her ass, and she dropped to the ground, got up, and she walked over to the counter, didn't say a word.
No, she slid. He hit her. She slid and then jumped up and turned and walked off. He got put in her place big time.
What was I thinking?
And then-
Yeah, she was rebooted.
She's probably aroused by that shit because these women they fucked up like that mentally.
They got daddy issues and shit. Her daddy probably never, gave her a good fucking.
Yeah,
I dealt with a woman, man. She was like, she was Ishmael. She was like, if you don't hit me, I don't think you love me.
Well, baby, let me put on the box glove. I said my hand.
This bitch,
Let me show you some love.
this bitch a wild man. They're wild people for real.
Wild
Turn
beast.
in the right place and we go home.
Yeah, for
I
real.
love you.
Come
Give
here.
me what your black eye.
This is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear ye my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease.
Hey, you look, it says tremble because you already have talked about how there's a shortage of police officers, man. You know, plus with the so with there being a shortage of police officers and an increase in unlawful behavior, so the cops are more dispersed. You know, when the time comes, you know, the time will come to where there's not gonna, you know, be enough police, and so it might take an hour, you know, or 3 hours for a cop to get there. But by that time, it's too late, you know. And this brother sent the clip, man, of this woman, bro. Her face was busted the fuck up, all bloody and shit, man. And so she'll post a clip saying, you know, saying, you know, saying that, you know, claiming that these dudes are toxic and everything. But they'll go on the camera and say that, but you never know what happened before that.
Yeah, because
you never know the reason why that fucking happened.
Because he busted her fucking nose open.
You know, hey, bro, I'll say this real quick, man. A man is not going to do some shit like that unless he's pushed to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, just yesterday, man.
Most
Yeah, right.
Vote, yeah.
You know, there's some that are fucking, you know, some are deranged, crazy, man. But for the most part, you know.
But the Lord made a woman for that man, though. So.
And ultimately, whatever happens between a man and a woman,
golly.
that's their business.
For real.
Their business.
Well, that's in the scriptures. It says
Yep.
a wicked woman
A wicked man.
a portion of a sinner, man.
Hey, bro, just yesterday, man, bro, my woman was fucking yapping her fucking mouth, bro, and I had to cuss her ass out, you know, and tell her ass to shut the fuck up, man, because you really have to get to that point, you know, so then she said, don't talk to me like that. What the fuck? Well, don't fucking push me to a goddamn point, you know, but it really puts it in perspective, you know, because the Lord put hell, you know, to his chosen people.
Yeah.
Why did he do that? You know, he didn't want to, but he had to, man, because we pushed him to wrath. Hey, man, well, you know, these women push men to wrath to where like, hey, bro, what the fuck else can you do, man? You have to put her in her fucking place, man, because they're acting too fucking proud. Like, what can you do, man?
It's the great humbling.
Because these words don't, you know, they do not go into their ears, man. You know, it's bouncing off their fucking eardrums, man. They don't listen.
But they got a saying in Jamaica: hymns can't hear, hymns must feel. Right? I can't say it like that. I can't say it like Benjamin.
Hey, but you don't want to hit your woman, man. I mean,
hymns must feel.
like.
I mean, you as an Israelite man should never get into a position where you have to put your hands on
Yeah.
it.
Never, man.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Right.
You know, you're just talking about having temperance and things of that nature, man. And you know, you being in jail limits your, you can't be out here and doing the word, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's when you take a nail and you're like, you know what, this woman's not for me. You can do your thing
Right.
and I do my thing.
You know, that's what the scriptures say to, you know, it says to be not a striker.
That's Satan right there. At the end of the day, trying to get you out of your wits. Yeah.
But you must control yourself, man. You gotta control your shit, man.
Because if you start getting hot too, don't be afraid. Just whip out that camera on the slide. Just
Record everything.
Just start recording. As soon as she give you that bop, got it on camera, bop back. That's the only time, but if you ain't got that shit out, it's better not to do it, man.
Shit, bump that.
Yep. Bop that. Why would you do that?
You gotta do like Granddaddy used to do, hit her with this part of your hand. On the top of her head. And don't get no bruises.
That's like old school
She
shit.
might bite her tongue a little bit, but she
She gonna click the hell out of her teeth.
You might lose a piece of the
show us
tongue.
Instant reset.
Quick little concussion in there.
You just rebooting the system.
Just rebooting for real.
Rebooting the system.
You know, we don't just, you know, we don't just hate on women, bro. We hate the way y'all act.
Yeah, we hate bitches,
Yeah.
not women.
Right.
We hate bitches. A woman in order ain't nothing better, bro.
Hey, bro, ain't
Oh
nothing
my
better,
God.
man. You know,
That
because the
honeymoon
woman,
phase, when she actually give a fuck about you, ain't nothing better.
sweet, bro, she's carrying you,
Because
know,
that's
she
how
does
she's
things for
supposed
you.
to. That's how she's supposed to be the entire relationship.
Exactly.
She's supposed to actually get that care enough the entire relationship. And these women, bro, they lost that ability to even maintain that type of love and care. So That's what it is, man. I was talking to a brother last week about it. It's like women are always after that honeymoon phase. That's why they sit here and get in a relationship, and at some point they say they're bored. Because that honeymoon phase, we trying to figure each other out so much, and it always feels exciting. But they don't sit here and see the glory and sit here and get a relationship where now y'all understand each other. Now you can post. Now you know what each other like and don't like, and now you guys are maintaining that union.
Post.
They don't see the beauty of those transitions. Like there's a glory to glory in the truth, or there's a glory to glory in a relationship. It's supposed to be. But this Isaiah 13 and 16, it says, "Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes; their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished."
Right? Wives ravished, man. You know, hey, but that's the judgment from who, man? From the Lord to come down upon those women, man.
Yep.
You know, because his brother brought it out, man. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, man. All right, tremble. All right, and you will, bro. Because now, hey, look, man.
Trusting cars that drive by themselves.
People people trust in a car that's got no driver.
That's what these people are mad.
I mean,
You'll never see me do that shit.
hey, well, that car has a steering wheel. For what?
Yeah, so somebody, I'm sitting up front.
It's supposed to be operated by a
Sure,
fucking
I'm gonna do
driver.
better. I'm not getting in it.
Hey, bro, I'm sitting in the fucking
Sucker
driver's
glitch,
seat,
sucker
man.
glitch up.
Hey, bro, I'm sitting in the driver's seat. That's crazy, man. Hey, look,
And
see,
that's why they're gonna take that chip.
exactly.
Yep.
That's because they trust
Blind.
everything Esau brings up.
You're gonna
Yep.
need the chip to access that type of transportation.
Yeah, they showed you that in that hot tub time machine too. Yeah. Right? When nobody had cars. The dude was like, "Where's your car?" "I don't have cars." It's in the simple. Nobody out here. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, calm, man. But have you actually get that Proverbs, man? Proverbs 13 and 24, I believe it was.
Matthew 13 and 13.
Oh yeah, come on.
Got a precept for it real quick.
Come on, go ahead.
This is 1 Timothy 5 and 6. It says, "But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." And that's what you have now. You have a majority of women that live in pleasure because America gives you, it allows you to do that, man. And it promotes you to live in pleasure. It promotes men and women to go against each other, man. That's what it promotes. It promotes, because you got to think, man, a man is really not a monogamous creature. No man animal is really monogamous, man. Right? But a woman creature, she has to be monogamous because she has to rely on a man. A man will kill himself trying to be loyal to his woman, man. And faithful.
One partner.
And faithful.
One relationship partner.
Yeah, mono, one. Yeah. Yeah. So a man will literally, some men literally get all kind of shit, or even croak early trying to submit to his woman and be loyal because he's fighting against his nature, man.
Yeah.
He's fighting against it's not in his nature to be with one woman, man. That's
They say a man that has one woman throughout his life
Dies earlier.
Dies early.
Man that has
Listen,
one woman.
I read an article a couple weeks ago. 800,000 men die a year due to depression. And what do you think that depression is linked from? Probably a woman, man. Right?
That
What
dopamine go down.
Yep.
You got this bitch giving you hell all the time.
That testosterone go down.
Yeah.
Because you can't, you know what you finna get. My homie told me, man, he said, man, I got to drink before. He been with his woman for like 5 years, 6 years. He's like, man, I got to drink before I even do anything with her, man.
That's crazy.
You know? And I'm like, damn, when you got to get to that, because now you're drinking. Now you're becoming unhealthy. How much times, you know what I mean? Because you got to think, if you in a house with a woman, you and your woman going to get to it. But if you got to drink every time you got to get to it, how much times do you drink? Look how much times you drunk a week, you know? But with another woman, you that old lion, you that young lion that's raised up. But that's how it's supposed to be. And then you happy. Listen, man, I'll tell you some real shit, man. Having another woman make you treat your woman better, man.
It does.
Because I'm just keeping it to you straight. Because on the way from her house to your main woman house, you be thinking about your main woman. Like, I can't wait to go see my girl. Like, I can't wait to go see her, man. You know. But we live in a society now to where you're linked to one woman, and if your woman find out you got another woman, right? It's a done deal. She gonna think, well, I could get another man. I could do this, but you can't do that because the scriptures talk about the adulterous woman. Her feet lead straight to death, and we're not the same, man. If you believe in the Most High, and the Most High said it's okay for a man to have more than one woman, but it's not okay for a woman to have more than one man. And you would disagree with that, then you don't really believe in the scriptures. You don't really believe in the Lord.
How long has that been monogamous? 500 years ago, we had more?
Well, since the beginning of the time.
beginning of time.
Right. Well, I was gonna say how long ago before it stopped? To just have
Well,
one?
since America,
Divorces started going up.
well, yeah. Well, you got to think.
1970.
Being monogamy didn't really come in until really after Europe got taken over by those Edomites, man. Because even when the Moors were in Europe, they did polygamy, which they had multiple women, right? But when really during the Renaissance is really when the so-called white people started to gain power, they were really submitting to their wife and putting their wife, the one man, one wife, one household type thing. But that's why in that video where the Edomite went to the Middle East and he went to the courts of this man's house, and the man was like, "How many wives do you have?" And the man was like, "Well, I got 16, 17 wives and a bunch of kids." He said, "How many wives do you have?" And the dude was like, "I got one." And he laughed at him.
Yeah.
He laughed at him because it's not a norm. Only in Europe and America they do that monogamy shit.
Yeah, well, that's why there's like way more women than there is men. bro.
Man, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what do you do when your woman's on a rack? What do? You burn? No, you go get another woman. You supposed to get another woman, man. But here in this society, they teach you that, which kills you, man. Israelite, man, listen. My dad got multiple baby mamas, man. His dad got multiple baby mamas. I got a big brother that got 11 different baby mamas. I'm not promoting that.
Oh, dang,
I'm not promoting that, but it just goes to show you it's in our nature to have that. Jacob had more than one baby mother, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but what?
Solomon, he had 700 wives and 300
and
concubines.
concubines,
That's
yep.
1,000 women, man.
So it's in the Bible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in the scriptures.
Yes, the scriptures.
It's in the scriptures, yes.
But these women don't really get, you know, that if you have, sister wives, your life becomes easier
Oh, easier.
because
You ain't got to drop the kids off at your mama's house anymore.
Yep.
because let's say,
No, they trade.
you know, in today's world, right? If you had like let's say 3 wives, you know, 3. You know, then you have,
That's full income.
right. Well, not only that though, but if just you, and your main chick, you know, if y'all went to work to pay for the bills, the food, the cars, you know, pay the bills, but you had 2 other sister wives who could stay home and take care of the kids, and who don't have to be around, you know, these children at daycare, and you don't have to find a babysitter who you don't trust and don't know. Okay, their life becomes less stressful, so therefore they are happy. You know, but the women complain, you know, because they have to go to work, pick up the kid from daycare, go home and cook dinner, do the dishes after, you know, do laundry, clean the house. That's a lot of jobs, you know, for one woman. Hey, what's a lot?
You don't read too many stories in the scriptures where
man.
women that were married to one man have fucking constant arguments. There's only one, right? And it's going back into Elijah's mother. I think it was Elijah's mother, where where it said he had a wife that was barren. She prayed to the Lord and gave her a son.
Samuel's mom?
Yeah, Samuel's mom. Right? Well, her sister wife, like brother said, her sister wife, they had some beef between each other just because she wasn't able to have a baby. Because back in the old world, it was a shame for a woman not to have a child.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's still a shame.
So she was just basically shitting on him. That was the only real contention. But outside of that, I mean, that was really there. Right? But we're coming down to the time where Esau's changed the shit up, but it's starting to revert back to what it was before. This is Isaiah, but Psalms 82:5 says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course." That was the foundation in the scriptures.
All right, you know, part of the foundation is order.
Yeah,
you know.
order.
Yep.
What's that? 1 Corinthians.
Right? Wives were connected to substance. Right? You had a large amount of substance.
That's what a
Right?
father
So you had to have kids to be able to have somebody to take a part of that substance for inheritance, to make sure that when you came back in your reincarnation, because they understood reincarnation. When you came back in your reincarnation, you had something to come back to. So inheritance was a big thing. It goes into land rights, inheritance rights. That's why if you died, you had a wife, and your wife didn't have any sons, You had a brother. Your brother was supposed to go into your wife and have a son, and he'd be named after you in order for that inheritance to still be there. But people use sex for just pleasure in this world today, and it promotes this type of fucking mindset where it's just all against nature and out of course, where men can't even have more than one woman because these women just use the system to sit here and hurt you for doing something that's natural. Right? Get that.
It's Isaiah 4:1. It says, "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man."
You see, but the Lord already has it written in the script that all this shit is going to revert back to what it was supposed to be. Right? When all hell breaks loose and these men get shipped off into war, in World War III, right? When they start having these drafts, because that's going to happen. They've been talking about a draft. And a lot of these women are going to be shipped off into these drafts too because they fought for it and they passed a law that women can now be drafted. Right? And they gonna go on that active line, and niggas gonna be beating down their draws on the active line too. I'm not gonna die without niggas gonna be out there. I'm not gonna die without having pussy on my last day. And there's gonna be some pussy right to the side of them holding a gun that's too heavy for them.
Hey.
And that nigga's gonna get in.
But there's gonna be a bunch of women, and the U.S.'s combat the military versus some masculine ass Russians or Chinese men or some shit. They're gonna get their ass whooped.
And they're gonna be
fucking draws off.
They're gonna be taking a. This is Isaiah.
They
4.
don't spit on it before they go in.
Get it. Isaiah 4:1. It says, "In that day, 7 women." Yeah, they some crazy motherfuckers. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, "We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach."
See, 7 women are going to take hold of one man. That's a natural order, right? It's crazy. Hell brings back nature, right? The hellish circumstance brings back nature. Y'all, you can be a fight with your woman, and y'all come up on a situation where she cannot fucking handle. She gonna start asking you what to do, and she been telling you all day what to do.
Get real bad on that arm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great point, brother.
Yeah, but
That's a great point.
she's not
Well said.
she's not going to want to choose what to do, you know, because she's not gonna know, man. Because guess what? It's not in her nature to be on the forefront, you know.
Yeah. They automatically say, "You the man.
Yeah.
You the man. What we gonna do?"
Right.
So now.
I'll give you a real gem about a woman, man. A woman will put. I always say this. She will put rules on you that she won't put on a guy that she really like. Because a man that she really like, she don't really give a fuck what he do. Right? But your ass, you being her man, you better not do what a man that she really like can do. And that's the wicked society that we live in, man. Because a woman will always list a celebrity that she like, right? She know good and damn, the bitch like Future, she know good and damn well that Future gonna have more than one, but she ain't tripping. But your ass, who get up and provide and do all this shit, you better not be caught with another woman.
Hey, well, it's all because of cheddar, man.
Exactly. Because women date for stability, like the fox, right? It's a study, right? The woman fox, immediately when the male fox dies, she looks for another male fox the moment he dies. That's the nature of a woman, man. Right? You got some women who don't remarry, but most of them do. Most of them already got their husband pointed out before you even go. And that's the cool part about it, because to prove that, if you ever look at somebody who, like a girl who broke up with her man, the next man she get with, she been talking to him 2 or 3 months when she was in the other relationship.
Yep, she worked with him.
Danny Weber's Samoan dude I knew back in high school. His mom with a guy who developed multiple sclerosis. He ended up dying and shit. And one of his best friends was Jake, bro. His best friend was like this. You would think he's white until you see his father, bro. And he had too much fucking flavor, bro. Scooped that bitch up off the waiver wire so damn fast, bro. Yeah, scooped his mom. Because they were best friends.
Wow.
They were best friends. His dad, his stepdad was in a wheelchair. And then his stepdad's friend, they were friends and shit. He ended up making sure she was all right when he died, and they ended up getting married after. Now he dead. He was cool too, man. He was cool too. Hard working motherfucker, bro. He could have been his car.
Yeah, well, they have that new. I don't know if your brothers heard that. I guess the bitch, her husband got like into a real bad accident.
Oh yeah.
He can't even do shit now. And
Yeah.
I guess she remarried, had kids, and they got the dude living with them. And shit.
Yeah.
That shit crazy, man. But that's
Wow.
Babylon for you.
Well, I dated this is a quick testimony real quick. I dated a woman in high school, Courtney. Her mother, man, her dad was on his deathbed, man. Like the dude, if it's 30 days in a month, 28 out of those 30 days he didn't come out the room, and he laid down. He had bed sores and all that. He didn't get up, and he used to be 300 something pounds, and he got all the way down to like 1 something, man. Right, because he had like severe arthritis or some shit like that. And the mama, right, she works for Harkins Theaters, but Dan Harkins is the one who owns. So her office is next to the owner of Harkins Theaters, and I think somebody in the Harkins Theaters she was fucking with, man, going on bike rides with this nigga every Saturday. While her husband, he died now, but while her husband was still alive, and this man got to see his woman come home after being on a date with another man who she worked with.
And on the media,
But she didn't do none of that shit when he was healthy. She didn't do none of that shit when he was, but she was hot. But as soon as he got sick, right, she went and showed her true colors, man. And that's what it was. And treated him like shit. Treated him like pure shit.
Yeah, well, Joe's woman, she told him to curse the
Curse
most
the high and die.
So it's like, don't expect too much from these women, man. Especially in these latter days when all hell breaks loose.
Remember last
It's gonna be a liability.
Yep.
To have one of these women of the world, man.
yeah, come on, bro, but that's part of why that
read that.
but that's part of the reason, that we preach, to the men of Israel, hey man, it's time to it's time to get yourself together, man. It's time to begin to do everything better, man. And to put off, to basically put off what you knew and to relearn everything, man.
Majority of the time, the
come
last
take-
thing for Jake to beat is the woman.
Yep.
That's the last thing.
And I mean, when you get a woman, see what she can fucking do for you, man. Don't fucking just be there and do everything for her and get nothing in return.
Bro, do next to nothing for it, bro.
Do the bare minimum and expect the bitch to do everything for you, man. You're the prize. Remember that.
Because naturally, a man's gonna sit here and do things to make sure the woman's fine.
Yeah.
So don't have the mindset of, I'm gonna do this, she's gonna recognize it, she's gonna love me. Naturally, that's gonna happen. That's a man's nature. Is to provide. That's a man's nature. Somehow he's gonna sit here and make sure that everybody's taken care of. Somebody got something that they wanted out of the day. Man, but really, your mindset should be fuck this bitch. Right? Because these women ain't worth shit. These women are not worth shit. Right? They can be as cool as with you as you want. But at the end of the day, they know when somebody break in the house, you willing to die for them, but they're willing to have an argument for no reason. So fuck them. Fuck these women, bro. Read that Isaiah again, bro.
Yeah, I just got a notification. Woman dead after overnight shooting in Goodyear. Don't shit happen in Goodyear. It's Isaiah 4:1. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Right
See,
now.
where's the me in that?
Yeah, I was about to
That's
say
just
that.
gone. So in the day when all hell's picking off, right now women are only worried about what you can provide them. That's why when they always sit here and ask a guy, they want 6-pack, 6 figures. Why? Because they think that 6-pack is going to make sure that they're going to get the sex they want all the time. The 6 foot means they're going to be able to see somebody that looks like they're about some shit, because they always think a man that's taller is about some shit. There's plenty of tall niggas that ain't worth shit, right? And then the 6 figures is because they want to be able to spend that money.
They want to be comfortable.
So they're in their mindset, everything right now is me, me, me. What can you do to me? But in that day, when all hell breaks loose, right? And they want help, they want assistance, they're gonna be looking to sit here and try to provide you with something so they can just stick around.
And this dude said, if you over 6 feet, a woman ain't never asked you to put a condom on.
I can't remember, bro. I can't
Oh,
remember.
what?
It says,
You got a comment? I said, yeah.
Wonder why, huh?
Give me a minute, I gotta go get one.
says,
No.
We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And how does a woman be called by your name? And so in this day, in that day, they're not going to have an issue with it. But showing you, naturally, they don't have an issue with that, man. Because I had a woman tell me, a very good-looking woman told me who I dealt with, she's like, I wouldn't like you if you couldn't get other women. She told me that.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean? That's some real shit. Like,
That's true.
That's some real shit.
And women do say that too. They say they don't want a man that can't attract other women.
Cause she was like, what would I want you for?
Exactly.
Showing you that they
If the
follow.
woman stop
She
acting-
says that she's fighting for a position that no other girl wants.
Yeah.
If your woman ain't asked you what bitches you talking to, you in trouble. You kind of in trouble. It's pretty true, bro.
She don't respect you, bro.
She don't respect you. She don't see anything in you that somebody else wants.
You're not a threat.
If she ever say this, if she ever say, ain't you going to the gym? Go out somewhere. Go do something. When your brother coming in, when she do that shit to you, you in trouble, man.
And if she do that shit,
She
you
doing
stay
some
out
shit.
longer.
Stay
out longer.
Yeah.
Do some shit that's on some other shit.
It should
You
always
don't normally go get haircuts. You normally cut your shit by yourself.
Yeah.
Come back home
tell you
with
feed the
fame.
ducks. Tell you when to go feed the ducks. But
Tell you when to
You go feed the ducks.
It's usually your woman should where you at. That's how it usually is, man. You know, even though that shit get annoying too. But I've seen dudes who woman to be like, get out the house, go, blue. You up under your woman too much, man. And then familiarity brings contempt. Contempt brings disrespect. Cause she get to showing she get to knowing you. Now she feel like she know you. Now she feel like she can talk to you any kind of way, right? Yeah, you got to be a mystery. The scripture say what? Keep thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom, and never let the left hand know what the right do. You gotta let her know everything, man. Put her up on game on certain shit.
Don't be pillow talking,
Right?
man.
Yeah, don't be pillow talking, man. You saw what happened to Samson. Pillow talking, man, with the Hamite woman, and showed her his strength, and she betrayed him.
All this shit folded up.
Hey, get that.
Scriptures say, what is it? Do not give thy strength,
King.
king.
And his mama told him that.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Do not who take."
from
She
another
destroyed. Yeah,
That's wild.
she destroyed kings, man.
Yep.
Right? And a woman, listen, man. A woman she'll argue with you and say she want to get to know you and all that, but don't let her do it. Because the same shit she's arguing for, if you give it to her, it's the same shit she'll commit adultery on you for, with another man who she can't conquer. That's the society you live in nowadays, man. So the best thing you can do is serve the Lord and take care of yourself, man. And do what you can for your household. Because you do, as a man, you do have to provide for your household, man, and provide for your woman and your children. But don't stop going to the gym, man. If you go to the gym, don't stop going to the gym, man. If you hang out with your brothers, don't stop hanging out with your brothers just because you get an attitude.
Go to the grocery store, just pick up something.
Yeah.
Dress a little bit.
Yeah, it gotta
Dress
be.
a little bit.
Yeah, put some cologne on your
Make
way out.
sure she see it. You just go to the store.
Bro,
I know.
I know.
every time I put
You're
some
going to feed the ducks.
put some cologne on before I go to the gym, she always asks me, why do you need cologne?
I'll find you a midwife.
Why you putting me?
Yeah, I'm going to find you a
I'll find
midwife.
you a midwife just in case you get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
fucking smell good. That's why.
You don't have to.
God
You
damn
don't
right.
have to put makeup on every time you get out.
Exactly.
Right.
These bitches be spraying the whole fucking bottle everywhere and shit.
Uh-huh.
Bitch, why you do that?
Body spray and shit.
Shaving before she go out of town and all that shit. Bitch, what you shaving for?
Yeah, what you saying for it?
What you shaving for?
I get Chewbacca, but they get
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch, I had this Hamite bitch she wanted to date me, right? Before she went to Jamaica. I'm like, we ain't gonna date. I'm like, let's not date. She was like, why? I said, like in my mind, I'm like, bitch, you just went to go get waxed
Why you going to
for this Jamaica trip. What the fuck you get waxed for?
Yeah.
Bitch, don't be, and then you in my face talking about, I want to date. I'm like, we ain't dating, man. We gonna keep doing what we doing. You know the boundaries you don't cross, but we not fucking dating. Eventually, we stopped talking because I wouldn't take her serious.
Yeah.
But you can't take a woman serious that will go do shit like that. Yeah. And you know they go, shit. They be on benches spinal cord dancing, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
bending her over and shit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lumbar spine.
Got her heels behind her ear a little bit. And then she gonna come back to you like, bitch, I ain't
missed you. I missed you. I was thinking about you the whole time.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, where you learn that?
This is 1 Corinthians 7:29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Hey, look, because just like the book of Eli, man, you know, the woman is going to be a liability when hell breaks loose, man, because it talks about in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, you know, that it says that there shall be sedition, that there shall be sedition among men, and people shall be invading one another. So, hey, look, man. So people's houses, you know, are going to be broken into.
Hey,
What you woman gonna do to help you in that day, man?
the scriptures say a woman becomes a possession, man.
It becomes a possession.
You and your woman's gonna get taken.
That's
Yep.
that's spoils of war.
Well,
Clocks gonna
if
climb under
you
the
look at
bed.
any emperor, right, that conquered a city, right, like one of the a big one was Genghis Khan. They say half of the fucking half of those Moabites go back to him, man. Half of so-called Asians, half of them go back to him because what you do, you kill the men, the little boys, and you keep the women, man.
Yep.
That's what they do. They're called booties, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or the spoils
Substance,
of war.
spoils of war,
Yeah.
booty. Yep.
That's what they are, man. So on that day, what is she gonna be? A
Booty.
spoil of war, man.
Yep.
Booty. If she not the chosen woman, if she not a woman that's worthy, that the Lord ain't gonna save. You know, because scriptures do say that the woman should be saved by childbearing,
Yep.
right? So if you are part of the elect, and you know she has your child, and the Lord want her to be saved, she'll be saved.
Hey, bro, real quick, man. Get Isaiah 32 and verse 2.
Con, this is Isaiah 32 in verse 2. It says, a man shall.
Isaiah 32.
It's all Isaiah though, right? I mean, it matters.
Isaiah 4 and 1.
About the wives.
Well, no, there's more scriptures
More.
throughout.
For the
There's a lot
particular
more.
ones we're bringing out, yeah.
Yeah. It's Isaiah 32 and 2. It says, a man shall be as a hiding place
Yep.
from the wind and a cupboard
Hey.
from the tempest.
Hey, and so when it says a man, you know, truly, bro, it's only gonna be a man
Of the
of
elect.
Yahweh Shai, man. Because the men, because the men of the Lord are going to, you know, are going to have this wisdom plus this knowledge, man. And it says in Isaiah 33 and 6 that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. So the men of the Lord are going to be calm-minded, man. You know, they're going to be, you know, be calm and collected, you know, so to speak, because we have prepared our minds, because the scriptures tell us to gird up the loins of thy mind, you know, to prepare yourself, man. And so how do you do that is by reading these scriptures, man. And so that's why it says in the book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 3, blessed is he that readeth, you know. Hey, look, so the Lord, you know, is going to provide for the men that sought after him. So therefore, the women are going to recognize, hey, look, you know, he, you know, his house seems, you know, pretty okay. He has food, you know. You know, he does not appear like he's panicking and shit. Because a lot of these big buff-ass men out here, you know,
fold like empty wallets.
who these bitches crave now, they ain't gonna be shit, bro, in the time to come. You know, it says, how the scriptures say, it says that the mighty men shall cry there bitterly.
Mm-hmm.
So the mighty men are gonna fucking cry like bitches in that day, man. But the men of the Lord are gonna be strong in that day, man.
Yep.
You know, they're gonna be okay. You know, have confidence in things, man. And the women are going to see that. All right.
Especially, you know, after that first trial that the Lord put you through and he delivered you out of it, man, that might give you a boost the whole way through, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might have, you know, some troops, you might have, or he might deliver, they might come in the house, because scriptures tell you in Isaiah, right, it says that
Come in like a
lift up
flood.
a standard.
Yep.
The Lord do that for you, man. You might, man, you'll be probably mentally untouchable the whole way through, and your woman might be still tripping and shit. You know, but you might be like, no, the Lord with me, man. Once the Lord show you he with you,
Yep.
it's like your
Click.
mentally,
How can you doubt?
man, I get goose. Like mentally, you like, okay, what's next? You looking forward to what's next? What's next?
Yeah.
You know, the moment to look, cause what? Like we read Wednesday, how in the Maccabees, how you had that heathen that came against that city outside of Jerusalem, which dwell Israelites, and they prayed to the Lord, and the Lord sent the angel down, man, and they beat the clothes off the heathen and killed a lot of them, and the one who sent them
the king that sent them ran away and got away, but he ran away with fear. You know, so how much more in that time would the Lord could show his angels and all that, which he's showing them now. He's showing the chariots now. And who you think that's a boost for? That's a boost for his name.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 32 and 2. Let me finish.
Oh yeah, just this one.
It says, in a cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Yeah, combo. So that's it, man. You know, so with that being said, we hope and pray that this was edifying. You know, and we want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua, Ba'Hashem Akakudash. You know, so until the next one, man, we just gotta keep pushing, man. You know, stay faithful, man. You know, and keep striving to learn this word, man. Because in due time, you know, this is what's going to be the stronghold, man. You know, so with that, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.